Whose house? Whose house? Whose
Alright, 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 alright. Alright, 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 alright. I never listened.
That there was a little gnat sound, as they say in the biz, from yesterday when we were at SoFi Stadium, the home of Cowboys v. Rams. Right now, we are coming to you live to tape from Neptune's Net in Southern California. We are on video today as well, so if you're just listening to this sometime in the future, go check out our YouTube page, The Dumb Zone on the Tube, and you will see some impressive, what do we have going there? We got a drone up in the air?
That's the drone, baby. That's why I wanted to get out here so early.
Rob.
So while I was asleep on my couch, Rob was flying this drone over the ocean.
You didn't sleep in the bed?
No.
He wouldn't even let us move the bed. We were going to move the smaller bed into his little room.
I washed the sheets.
Well,
Yeah, you can do that on your own.
Why didn't you move beds?
he just likes being in there.
That's
Blake is staying in the garage in our Airbnb, but it's a very nice garage.
it is.
Man.
It needs no alterations. It's fine.
Okay.
Anyway, so if you check out our YouTube page, you will see Rob, Video Man, very impressive drone shot. Again, we're parked on the ocean. We're right across from Neptune's Net.
Is this a big moment for you?
Me?
Yeah. Can you just feel the power?
Oh, yeah. No, I feel like, I'm not sure, though. I'm torn. Do I want to stick it to the man and go rob a bank? Or do I just want to surf? There's so many things you could do when you're out here.
Yeah, well, if you can extend the series past one movie, which another famous franchise that filmed a scene over here when Dom and Brian O'Connor first met up.
Yeah, I don't think 2 or 3, though, would do it for me.
But what happens, though, is that you can get to 10.
So you're saying 9 more movies?
Yeah.
Oh.
X.
Okay, that sounds like something I'd like to do.
And so initially the stories are the same. You've got, boy, every time I say Bodie, I want to say Kip now.
Mm-hmm.
Bodie in Utah, and then you've got Dominic and Brian, Paul Walker. But what happens is they're enemies at first, but they eventually understand they can make a lot of headway together. Maybe they work for the government and breaking up other crimes, and on the side, they can do their own hustle. There could have been 10 Point Breaks, is what I'm telling you.
Well, but that one was just so perfect.
Yeah.
They're like, why?
That's-
Or maybe it was just a different era where they weren't just capitalists looking to make every last dollar.
IP out the ass.
Yeah. So if you're just
Speaking of,
tuning in, we are.
I had a
I'm
weekend
Dan
full of
McDowell,
IP. I'm Jay Kemp.
I'm Blake Jones.
and we are the Dumb Zone. We're out in California. We came here to cover Cowboys training camp, and today is the day after a game the Cowboys played yesterday, so they have a day off. So there's really nobody at training camp, and we thought, well, we're mobile.
You know, back in my day, you take one on the chin.
Like you just broadcast from a desolate.
Well, no, I'm saying back in my day, if a team gave up a late lead, in a last-second type loss, you're back out there the next morning getting it right.
Oh, I see.
You're not
So you're
just
saying
taking
that's what
the
the Cowboys did?
Yeah, we'll get in the ocean, go see your family. No.
We saw much of the first half.
Much?
It was more than half of the first half,
Okay.
right? Well over half of the first half. We were there really to
Also
see
known as the first quarter.
for the well, no, I was there until almost halftime. But
Yeah.
I left after quarter one to go get some potty and some shade.
And our driver, Matt, for the trip, so accurately said he's not coming back.
And I didn't.
And he didn't.
Yeah.
We were like in the
I've been there
highest,
before.
We were in the worst seats in the stadium, and they weren't just really high. They're also the only seats like in direct sun.
Yeah.
And so, look,
We went.
We went to the game. We came. We saw. We kicked some ass. We saw Trey Lance really, really not look good.
No.
Just not.
No.
Not. You were the second overall pick, huh?
It's still third.
Third overall pick. Oh, okay. Well, then he looked kind of good for that.
I love that we're going to be able to do that the rest of the time that he's here.
I keep thinking he was the second overall pick.
Um,
Oh, Cooper Rush looked like he could have been the second overall pick. If those were
maybe a little
Yeah.
QB competition. I don't know.
Because Cooper Rush, we were so far away. Like the first drive, there was a real long bomb thrown. I'm like, whoa, okay, Trey Lance. Oh,
No.
okay, that's Cooper squinting at the number. We were
Yeah.
so far away. That's Cooper Rush, and they wouldn't. I waited for the replay because they have this huge video screen, just like the Cowboys, and they would not put. They don't put a replay up of anything positive for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
I just thought it's not like TV. You're not going to replay every play. It's America. Is it America? Not America. It's L.A.
What'd you think of the stadium?
It's Rams house. It's very cool looking.
Yeah.
Have you been?
No.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
No, it's really, really cool. Like, as we were walking up, we're like, this blows Jerry World away.
Yeah.
And
I don't know how much longer AT&T has left.
Right, you think they'll?
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised.
They're probably on the Rangers plan, right?
Yeah, Frisco or
20
something.
years,
or-
maybe?
Yeah.
Or they'll pit Frisco against Arlington, and Arlington will be like, we can't lose this.
Yeah.
It's only going to be 0.1 cents of for your grandchildren.
Yeah.
And the economic development that it'll bring.
Mhm.
Complete lies.
It'll bring another Hooters. But Jerry will buy it. And it'll all go to Jerry anyway. Anyway, we have a full report on what we did. Now, Jake was not with us. So hopefully he'll have a full report on what he did. And what if we call those full report? Rob actually has his own thing that he did. So on today's program, we do have a lot of sports as I look. I hope we can fit it all in. Probably not. But I went through that Deion press conference. Deion Sanders had a media day press conference for Colorado, and it's awesome. I hope we can get to it today. We have some Cowboy audio for you and the report on the game. We have to close down the Olympics. I think you saw the King put everything on his back. And
Well,
No.
I mean,
No,
I'm
I-
just looking at who was the MVP. Oh, okay. I guess.
Okay. Wow.
I guess, he just makes those around him better.
yeah.
Yeah, Steph hasn't won
could-
anything without him.
Right. Could Steph have hit those shots without King James? Like,
Dude,
King could have taken them himself.
That's amazing.
Have we ever seen Steph?
Do you-
Steph doesn't hit buzzer beaters, of course.
no, never. I think he's 0%.
For real, look it up. Steph does not have a record of hitting buzzer beaters.
Okay,
Now,
but
he has a record of hitting threes, but they're not high-pressure threes.
That's-
Just like the one that he hit at the very end of that game. They were already up by like 8. Okay, so of
they were
course.
up by 8 because he hit one the last time down.
I know, but again, that wasn't pressure situation because they were up by 5 at that point. The point is, you're welcome, LeBron is saying to America.
Oh, no. He's
I brought you
definitely
more-
letting us know with his King thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll get to that. That wasn't our Olympic talk. We have more. Don't act like that's all we got. Well, let's do a weekend check. And how about weekend check brought to you by Frankel and Frankel because they're our buddies. They're a great sponsor. Without them,
We wouldn't have mints.
would we be out here? We
No.
might be out here without them.
I was going to say no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But we'd be heavily in debt.
Yes.
But
Yes.
you could be heavily in debt if you get screwed over by the insurance companies, if you had a personal injury, maybe an auto accident. And Frankel and Frankel, that's who you call if you do get in an auto accident.
Yeah, the people out here in Southern California, they're close to the ocean. You know, it's beautiful weather. But what they don't have is the ability to call 817 or 214-333-3333. And they need it because their freeways are absolutely bonkers.
They really are.
My life was in danger multiple times over the past 3 days.
Yeah.
And I thought, what if someone runs into me? Who am I going to call? Do I just hit zeros?
Yeah, I don't know if they'd help you out here. They might.
They might, but it's a lot easier if you're in the DFW area because they are Dallas-based.
Yeah, so call immediately if you do get in a wreck. Very easy phone number, 214 or 817. All threes, 333-3333.
I had a friend who got in an accident recently. They called the place that they were trying to call. You know who picked up? A janitor.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I would have suspected maybe like the front desk receptionist would pick up.
Wasn't
and
even
then,
that.
Then it would throw you to just somebody who wasn't that high level. But
Not even that.
you will talk to a partner
Yeah.
when you call Frankel and Frankel. They have over 100 years combined experience, and their attorneys used to defend insurance companies, so they will use that extensive experience to advocate on your behalf. Thank you, Frankel and Frankel Personal Injury Lawyers. All right, weekend check. Who wants it? Because
I assume you guys is like a joint check.
Not totally.
We do everything together.
Well, Saturday I decided I need to get my steps up, and I just want a little bit of a change. I like routine, but I want a little change, so I walked to Brecky.
Where'd you go?
Now, I went to Rosa Bella's. Never been before, didn't look at Yelp, don't know.
Sounds like a strip club.
All I know, it was half the distance of Pete's,
Ooh.
and I wanted to walk. So a walk to Pete's would have been like an hour. This was like a half hour. And a huge red flag when I first got there because it was completely empty. Not one person in there, and it was like the heart of breakfast time. So, but while walking through the little neighborhoods on my way to breakfast, I saw like what looked to be, I don't know what it was, but it looked like an alien or something. It just looked gooey. And then I see something else, and it looks like, what is that? I've seen something like that. And then I saw, I don't know if it was a dog or a cat, but an arm separated from.
Oh, no.
And then as I got to the next yard, I saw more like fuzz and entrails, and
Was it a coyote?
I believe we have
That
wildlife out here that
Yeah.
attacked somebody's little animal.
That's tough.
So watch that if you're bringing your dog out here. I almost took a picture of it to prove it to you, and then I thought, I don't want this picture on my phone.
Oh, whatever.
So I did not. Then, as I was walking back, I took a different route because I didn't want to see that, and I thought, I'll see something different.
Very fair.
And I see this bag, like it was like a gallon Ziploc bag. I was like, is it full of urine?
Oh, no.
Like it was sealed, but it was like sitting there. And then right past it was a gallon Ziploc bag, and I'm like, I know that's poop. Like, is there a homeless guy walking around and that's where he goes, but then he just decided now it's time to discard it. I've filled up these 2 bags.
Was it just on the sidewalk?
It was, yeah, it was like on the
But no side of the
curb.
the transient?
No. Then
Never
I
thought-
got to thinking, I wonder if I lent a homeless guy my watch and phone for a day, how many steps does he get? Because I'm measuring my whole life in steps now
Yeah.
and trying to get Blake's 17,000 record for the trip. And really, that was my whole morning of Saturday. And then I did not go to Crypto Nick Black's house. You were right. I was like just dead. I don't know how you've done what you've done.
Grit?
Now, you are over 10 years younger than me, so maybe that's it. But
Doesn't hurt.
I needed Saturday. I totally needed to just kind of do. I mean, I did walking. I got steps in, but I just needed to not do anything. And it
Yeah.
really felt great. Because then I got back from breakfast, like, laid down for an hour. I just, like, I don't have anything in me. I'm so out. But I feel great right now. Like, I feel like I needed that day to have this day. And then some of our weekend will meld, and maybe we should just save it for like a Cowboys segment, because we did go to the Cowboys game. Took a field trip to L.A.
Let me ask this. What'd you do Saturday?
I don't know. What, we have like a 2.5 hour long business meeting.
Oh, that's right.
Really drained us.
That's right,
I
we
need another
talked-
Saturday. I don't feel great.
Really?
Yeah, I could use another Saturday.
Okay, well, yeah, we did spend time with Chris on the phone
Okay.
and worked up some things.
Could have called me.
You did not indicate you had 1 second free, and I wouldn't have thought you would with your family at.
Could have been a nice excuse.
You're probably at Disneyland. Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot about that meeting.
What was Saturday night as far as grub?
What
Have
do
you
you
had
think?
your sushi?
Spencer's? No, we tried for sushi, but they were.
We
they were
went there
booked.
like the second they opened.
I want him to get his sushi.
We went there at
Reason I
5
ask.
p.m. was the second they opened,
Yeah.
and all it had was reserved signs on every table, and then it said we just said 3, and they're like, we can get you in like 2 hours from now.
Yeah. Our next. Yeah. We can get your table at 7.
So
and
back
it was
to
5:02.
Yeah, so we went
Yeah.
we went to Spencer's, but we got a resi for tomorrow.
For sushi?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you in?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got in pretty late Friday, and then on Saturday our plan was to kind of take it easy and go to the beach. I thought we were staying. We
So
stayed in Manhattan Beach.
Your family
before.
flew out here.
Yeah, my 2 kids, my wife, and then my wife has 3 half sisters from
Hey, now.
her dad's second marriage. He got younger at that position, so they're all between like 22 and 24, I think, maybe 25. I honestly don't know. It's weird because these are people that I met whenever I was, or when they were
14 or
10,
something. Yeah. Okay.
11, 13. And I could have the ages wrong. I don't know. I know they're all like out of college. So she was staying with us. We stayed in between Venice Beach and Santa Monica. So on Saturday, we went to breakfast on the beach. We went down to the beach, hung out there for a few hours. And then on Saturday night, I've never actually been to Venice Beach proper.
Oh, really?
No. So I got Saturday night right around dusk. You know, it's 5 o'clock when we got down there. We stayed until 8 or 8:30. And it's obviously a scene, you know? It's kind of like Bourbon Street, but there are less tourists. There are tourists, and there are tourist shops, for sure. But it's popping. You know, and that skate park down there, the Venice Beach Skate Park, which is like right on the ocean, that's a very, very famous one. Like from the roots.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? So it's like sunset, huge skate park. I would say it's 3 deep all the way around the railing of people watching, that's a lot of tourists. But I took my daughter up there, and I was like, you got to check this out. Because they had kids who were probably 7, 8 years old that were, you know, hitting like a full bowl. Not weed. We'll get to that.
You just want to show her
Yeah, she was like, that kid looks my age. I'm like, he's
how
not
little,
much older.
how little you're doing in life and
Yeah, pretty
what
much.
you could be doing. Yeah.
They've got like a separate deal where it's just people who are roller skating but dancing. You know, very popular in certain communities.
Okay.
Like the roller skating. You never seen that?
I don't know.
Wasn't like T.I. in a movie that was like this?
That sounds
In certain
really
black
familiar.
communities,
Yeah.
it's very popular to like dance to like 70s funk or even almost like disco on roller skates, you know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's a wild scene down there, man. You know, I felt totally fine because sometimes I'll forget I have kids with me and I'm like, what are you going to do? You know, like I'm a grown man. I never felt danger. But when you do have a 1.5 and a 5-year-old, and then my, I guess, sister-in-law is kind of like very much experiencing culture shock.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's weed everywhere. And there's people screaming, and there's bike tricks, and guys with guitars, and guys who have a microphone just rapping. It's a sensory overload. When we first got down there, right after we parked and walked down to the pedestrian lane, right on Ventura Beach, my wife and my son in the stroller were up about 5 feet. I was in the back of the caravan with Maggie, sister-in-law, and daughter. And my daughter, I swear to God, goes, "Ooh, that smells good. What is that?" And Maggie and I both looked at each other like, trying not to laugh. But
Like who said it? Your daughter did?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was like overpowering weed smell. It was everywhere. What is that? That smells good. I like that. I
Little
was like, all right.
peek into her future.
Yeah. So that was cool. We were down there for most of the evening, and then the next day we went to Disney. This time last year we went to the regular old Disneyland, and now they have like Adventure Park, which is just rides. Possibly a miscalculation because my son is too young to do most rides, and my daughter pretty much only wants to see the princesses, which don't really exist in the adventure park. She did warm up quite a bit. I think the sparest rides that they have at any theme park are the ones that are all height, all ages. And it's like the time that I called you guys last year when we were still doing the hang zone, where you get in a thing, you know, a little cart, and it's just you're going through like a cavern cave thing with animatronics.
Yeah.
It's not a real ride. They're just telling you the story of the movie
Yeah.
as you move. She hated it.
Oh, she did?
She's just like, it's loud, it's dark, there's no excitement here.
It's lame.
It's essentially just like watching the movie, but things don't move as fast.
Uh-huh.
And she hated it. But then we got her into a couple of like actual rides, and she was on board with it. So I think she's getting there. She wanted to do the big roller coaster, and I'm like, trust me, babe, you don't. It's a little much for you. But I did laugh at this, though. One of the first rides we did was Cars, the movie. And it's kind of like it's similar to the teacups in the old park,
Uh-huh.
where you're spinning around and, you know, it's supposed to make you dizzy. But in the movie Cars, there is a car, an anthropomorphic truck, voiced by Larry the Cable Guy. And he's kind of like, well, he's just doing Larry the Cable Guy. His name is Mater. And he's a tow truck, right? So, for example, when we got to a Finding Nemo ride, Finding Nemo, Dory is voiced by
Ellen.
Ellen does not lend her voice to the ride
Mm.
the way that many actors and actresses do. It's a knockoff, rather, Dory. And I could tell right away.
Mm-hmm.
Ellen doesn't need the check. Larry the Cable Guy's like, just,
What do you got?
what do you got? Take it for me. So I heard it. I couldn't get my phone out in time, so I stayed back for the next group so I could play this for you. Here's the initial Larry the Cable Guy as Mater from Cars pre-game for the ride.
Hey, friends, it's Major. Now listen up while I give you this important safety message from the manager. Hey, that's me. Please remain seated.
Hold on, I'll meet you up there.
Hands, arms, feet, and legs inside them tracks. It's right on the kids. I'm telling you, these little fun-loving tractors got their dancing tires on.
Okay, so that's simple enough. Keep your hands in. He's doing his bit. You can hear me in there. Like, we got off, and I'm telling my wife, and I think it was Carter at this point, like, just go ahead. I need to hear this. So here's what came next.
Hola, Madonna. Por favor, para sus verdad, permanecen sentados con las manos brazos.
What you have here is Larry the Cable Guy speaking Spanish, but he has to keep the Larry the Cable Guy accent.
Oh,
He's
okay.
like,
I couldn't tell what he was saying.
Hola, bienvenido, por favor,
Excellent.
manos, intra.
Hola, Madonna. Por favor, para sus verdad, permanecen sentados con las manos brazos. Dentro de sus caritas. Échenle un ojo a su pequeño.
So pequeños. I could not stop laughing.
That's awesome.
Like, he just has to stay in that character.
Yeah.
Because, like, it doesn't sound weird when Dory switches to Spanish or when Ariel switches to Spanish, but when Larry the Cable Guy has to do bienvenido, I was like, dude, I got to go back. And then the last thing I'll tell you, you've probably experienced this, but, like, so, again, my sister-in-law, she's like 22, 23. She's super cool. She's super smart. She's a teacher, softball coach at a private school. She's doing well for herself, but she's not used to being around little kids. She sees them twice a year, 3 times a year. And especially at that age, your patience level is pretty thin. And so I could tell she was really being tested. You know, she was kind of on the trip to help us out. We paid for everything.
Mm-hmm.
But if I have both my kids in the car and they start now crying, I don't want to hear. I'll try to shush, not even shush. I'll be like, it's okay, or I'll let them cry it out. But if they start yelling and having fun, I start yelling. Like, Carter will yell and Nora just will yell back, and then I yell. And if we're all doing, or he yells like, sister, and then she'll yell Carter, and then I'll yell Carter.
It's
like,
better to lean into it.
we just scream. If they're not doing, if what they're doing only annoys me, I don't stop it.
Yeah.
Annoy me all you want. I made you.
But if
they're hitting each other or
Right.
they're like
But
whatever
if you
biting,
start,
then I'm like,
if
we
you
can't
start
really do
trying to
that.
stop that, then it's like you're always stopping all fun.
And I don't.
Yeah, you want to lean into the stuff that's actually harmless and fun.
I will just scream with them,
Yeah.
and we'll scream at the top of our lungs when I pick both of them up for 10 minutes. But she's not used to that. And so over a 3-day period, I can't tell you how many times I heard her, like, in the third row being like, can we play quiet game? Like, shh. Carter doesn't understand shh to begin with.
Uh-huh.
Nora does, but you're only going to make it worse.
Yeah.
So as long as it's not, like, hurting each other or in distress, I encourage it.
Yeah.
But she was, like, really having a tough time.
Yeah. I
And
can
then
see
it made me think about just, like, how much you normalize and internalize, like, kid volume and actions. Once you have kids, you're just like, that's nothing to me. And I said to her, like, last night when we were getting out of the car, I was like, dude, you wouldn't last a day in this world. Like, she's beaten by it.
No, that's why.
And that's how most people who don't have kids would be.
Yeah, sometimes that's the best birth control for the
Yeah.
young 20-something.
Because she'd be like, he's upset.
Later on, it'll be like, oh, I need my clock's ticking, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. But for now,
sure.
that's
She'd be
good.
like, he's upset. Leave him alone. I'm like, he's not upset. He's just being 1.5. He screams.
Yeah, he's just a moron.
He just loves being loud.
The most interesting man on the trip is probably Rob.
I don't think that's true.
Because
I don't
he's
think
always
there's a probably about it.
he's
Yeah,
always
it's-
got something going on. And do you think Rob is going to take a Saturday and say, you know what, I just need a rest day.
No,
I need to do nothing.
I don't.
Well,
I don't.
I saw Rob in the morning, and then I don't know if I saw him again. I think I even was up in my room prepping for bed by the time he ended up getting home.
Yeah,
What did you do
I think
Saturday?
I left at 8 and then got back at 8. Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
So I booked a kayak tour of Santa Barbara's harbor, and it was pretty cool. It was a little bit of a wildlife situation. Got to see, let's see, we saw there's a sea lion out there on the, we got pretty far off the coast. I was pretty surprised. Almost maybe a mile, not maybe a half mile, and pretty long kayak tour. And then when we came back, the guide had never seen this in her 3 years. We had some bottlenose dolphins cruising across the front of us, and they were gigantic. And so then came back through the docks, and it was kind of cool because you got to kayak underneath the dock and under all around the boats and stuff. So you got to see some pretty cool stuff.
How many
And,
people are on the...
probably
kayak?
like 10 or so, a lot of doubles.
Okay.
It was one single, and then me and this other kid were at the singles. Everybody else was doubling up.
How long was the tour?
About 2 hours. So it was a good workout.
So you had to drive up there, right?
No, I took an Uber because I wanted to leave you boys the car.
Okay.
Which doesn't sound like anybody used the car.
We
But
went
hey.
to Spencer McKenzie's.
Oh, good. Glad. And then
No, we used it throughout the day. We
good.
Matt
I'm glad.
went-
Yeah, because I didn't want to leave you guys without the
It
car.
wasn't just parked there.
But I saw something kind of interesting after the tour. I went back and hit the bathroom, and then I was going to go walk around Santa Barbara a little bit. But walking up a path, I spotted this, and we have a couple walking their
wow.
dog.
What is this, like the
Oh my
Boston...
God.
What's that thing called?
So it's a robotic dog.
Yeah, so I stopped to catch
I've seen
some
these,
video.
yeah.
Boston Dynamics?
Would you have kicked it?
And here it comes back. Or it's coming back to me. I stopped the
Jesus.
video, unfortunately, because the guy stopped and it had it sit.
So they have one regular dog
Yeah.
and then one
Robot
Boston
dog.
Dynamics looking
God,
robot dog.
now we're calling them regular dogs.
And what's the point of having a robot dog?
What do you
Just
think
to
this-
show people that
Yes,
you have a
100%.
robot
I was
dog?
going to say, what do you think?
Like,
It
what
has
are you
a-
going to do with it?
That's the same Waymo spinner thing.
Yeah, I was noticing that too. Like, it must be some sort of proximity thing or something. So there's your robo dog.
We should, since you mentioned that,
I don't like that at all.
We suck.
we can go out of order a little bit, but yesterday after the game, Blake booked a Waymo. Do you remember Waymo?
I do, and I'm not going to do it this time, Blake.
Oh, your heat joke.
Oh. But now I think it's funny.
A lot of sport, by the way.
Now he's not going to do it. No, it's so what it is the driverless Uber,
Yeah.
basically.
Autonomous vehicle. which apparently there's a wait list for, but the subby that we met up for and had breakfast with before the game, he invited us, and we got to skip the wait list.
Oh, nice.
Like Matt Grimm, our driver on the trip, he signed up on the wait list. He hasn't gotten approved yet.
No.
And that was like 2 days ago.
Look at that.
So, yeah, it's really, it's kind of felt like the first time I got in a Tesla.
Yeah.
It feels like that on the inside, right? Everything futuristic. It feels computery. And then there's just no driver at all.
Yeah.
It has camera, like a 360-degree camera thing on the top of it, like where the taxi sign would be.
Damn, that thing is moving.
It goes fast.
And, yeah, it's pretty amazing. It kind of welcomes you in. You could change the music. You could put ambient, like soothing music, like at a massage. Or you could have... Blake was laughing because he fired up. He just hit some hip-hop, and then it got us some Kendrick, and we had N-bombs flying.
We had some Future going on.
Like,
which
so,
I thought was funny in that car.
What did you think that the car was going to be like? Hey, whoa, I don't like that.
well, I don't know. It was just...
Well, when you get in, it feels, massage music, and it's like, this is the future. And then, we threw on some Future.
Yeah, then we went...
Just felt funny.
We just had it drive us, 5 or 10 minutes away, just so we could get... We went to a...
That's awesome.
We found a close fish taco place because I didn't want to wait an hour and a half to get back to town to eat.
Did you ever feel like it was close to danger or pretty solid?
Yes.
There was one time in particular where it was trying to turn left across traffic, and there was a car also turning the other way, so I didn't know if it could see the cars beyond it or not.
Mm-hmm.
But it did fine.
Yeah. But also, when it did turn left at the light,
Yeah.
it did what I feel, at least in Texas, is an illegal move. Because it did a wide left and went to the far right lane. So it turned left onto a three
It left its lane.
A 3-lane.
Yeah.
Yes, you're supposed to go left into the tight lane.
Yeah.
And then
There it is right there,
Yeah,
actually.
right here.
Yeah.
And then switch over to the right. And that's how, like, my daughter got in the accident a few weeks ago. If you
Well,
remember,
to be
somebody
honest-
was turning right,
Yeah,
and
to
they
be-
went wide.
While illegal, to be honest, that's the most human thing you could do because everyone
Yeah.
does that.
Yeah, and especially because
Like, there's nobody there.
the taco place was on that side of the.
Yeah.
So you wanted to get set up
Interesting.
there.
That's wild.
It was
No, it was
cool.
very cool.
Yeah, I would have no problem taking those
Dude.
instead of Ubers.
Let's go back to the dog, though.
Back to the robot dog.
I mean, what are we even doing? Yes, it is just to say, like, hey, I've got this, and probably the guy is somehow involved in. He probably invests in it, right?
Yeah. If you had some practical use for it, though, what does it do for you? Like, if it picks up your dog's poop, I'd walk
You
around
pay
with it.
$10,000 for it.
No, but
That's what I'm saying. I mean, how cost effective could anything that this thing is doing be? It's just to show people, and yeah, the real here's when we'll know that we crossed the Rubicon, right? You know how, like, when you read a story about a police dog that was killed in, like, a shootout or something in the
Yeah.
line of duty, but they charge you like you killed an officer?
Yeah.
yeah.
The second that I get charged for battery of an officer because I punted a police robot into the ocean, that's when I'll know I'm moving to the woods. I'm writing a manifesto. It's
Yeah,
too
the police
much.
robot, we understand that. That blew up that one guy, right? The
Yeah, in
sniper.
Dallas. But once they make it like a dog and it has sort of a
Right. And it sits and rolls over.
they call it they give it a name, not just Bombot.
I mean, I guess the point is if you want a dog, but you want to be able to, you travel a lot, you want to go on vacation, not have to pay for boarding it.
What do you do? Like fold its legs in like a table?
You don't have to clean up.
Oh,
When
I
you
got
walk
one
in
for
the
you.
morning, you walk in the morning, you don't clean up.
The best is going to be when you go to the airport, or in our case, a sandwich shop in Flagstaff, and somebody has their emotional support robot dog.
Right.
Yeah, just listen to this podcast in 10 years.
Did we interrupt you, Rob, or are we good on your weekend check? Okay.
I think I'm going to hit the Ventura has a 1-hour rentals. If you guys want to do that, maybe tomorrow. It's fun. It's only an hour. It's $19.
Kayak?
Yeah.
I'm out.
Why? You don't really have to work that hard.
No,
You
it's
just
really
kinda-
easy to paddle. I was
just
surprised.
flow.
And you don't feel like you're going to flip at any point. They're pretty wide. Like, I've been on a few kayaks that are narrow, and they roll. And we hit some waves and stuff.
Can I just ask
roll through
this?
it.
Why not? What is the reason?
Well,
1 hour.
What if I just you want us to
Sharks.
just revert to saying okay maybe and then not doing it?
No,
Like,
but
we're
I'm
trying to be
saying,
cool
what
here.
is the reason why you wouldn't want to just go get in the water
It's
on a
not
little
getting the
vessel?
water. It's so
But
hot.
you're asking why not, but I'm asking why. Like, there's no. I would get nothing out of it.
That's
to
kind of
be-
like having a robot dog. What's the practical
Yeah.
purpose for it?
To be in the ocean, to be able to stare out into
Then what happens?
big ocean, and
That doesn't
the
interest
water
me.
is right around you. You can
Don't
see
care.
seals and stuff. Okay.
What are you gonna do with the seal?
You know, who knows?
I know you're
I've been away.
Them dolphins are attracted.
Yeah.
Well, then let's move to Sunday, and we can. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can call this sports, I suppose, because we went to sports. What'd you do yesterday, Jake?
Yesterday was Disney. Saturday was beach.
I like that.
Oh, Saturday was beach.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I tried to
thought
get
you-
as much Blue Star Network Rams game in this morning, and I did get to see. I went back and watched, as you say, the Kings save us, the fourth quarter, and then I watched the end of the women's game yesterday.
That Steph shot is sweet. Sweet,
Oh,
sweet picture.
The Wembanyama, yeah, it's ridiculous.
I mean, I don't know.
Noit, did you see the shirt?
I already bought mine.
You did?
Yeah.
That's dope. I want one.
Yeah, the ridiculous shot was insane, but I mean, the one where France was coming back and I think it was a 3-point game and he
Yeah.
makes it. I mean, that was the biggest shot of the game.
Yeah.
That was
then
awesome, dude.
The big
And-
flurry to end, yeah.
And I agree with everyone on Twitter. It was nice having him on my side for once.
Yeah, it was. Ethan wrote about this, Ethan Strauss, but it's been a weird bid. We talked about it a little bit with Kevin Durant. Yelling back at like the Denver guy who wanted to give Serbia their props because of Croatia
Serbia.
because of Jokic, and then that guy posted. This is how you know Kevin Durant is very online. So then on Sunday, or was it Saturday? The men's Saturday, which is weird, right? That's a group chat topic.
Like, why wouldn't you end with the men's?
Yeah, the Intercontinental match doesn't come after the World Heavyweight.
Yeah.
Thank you. But that guy posted a picture of himself, the guy from Denver, in like a USA jacket when it was time for the gold medal game. And Kevin Durant quote tweeted that, and instead of putting any text, he just took a screenshot from a famous video of Ja Morant after he came back from suspension. And Ja Morant is in the tunnel after the game, and he played really well. And he's like, "Haters, stay on that side. If you on that side, stay on that side." And Kevin Durant literally just found that video, took a still shot of it, no context, no text, and just quote tweeted that guy's tweet.
He's good at Twitter.
He's very good at Twitter.
Did you enjoy the breakdancing?
I tried to read as much as I could about it. Apparently it's just some Australian dork
Yeah.
with a PhD. People are mad about it.
Yeah,
dude.
she had written a paper or something on breakdancing.
Like cultural movement. Yeah. And she's trying to expose that it's that it's pigeonholed into some racist, like it can only be like a way that black people can dance, and that it's, the cultural hegemony. And then like all these people who are real breakdancers are like, this is all anybody's talking about. Like, we're actually athletes. That's up to the fan to decide, but
yeah, and then
it is very much a white liberal, frankly female thing to do. Of like, I'm going to use this as an examination of culture. And then it just blows up in your face.
But it's funny, people complaining about what she did, as that diminishes it, and that's likely to, it's only like a trial sport at the Olympics.
Right,
And it's
they're not
likely
guaranteed.
to not have it in the future. And I just thought, okay, I don't care. Who cares
Yeah.
if there's no breakdancing in the future? Like at the Olympics. Like, gymnastics sucks enough. Don't we already have that? Like,
it's very popular.
I know, but
It's hard to have
it's
things
just-
that are judged.
yeah, to judge, there's no actual scoreboard. You can't tell. The layman can't follow along and go, this is, I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's the controversy in gymnastics, right?
Right, and that's why I say that sucks too. But you're right, it is popular.
They're battling back and forth. No, I mean on the judgment.
Yeah.
They're battling back and forth over that bronze medal.
Oh, yeah, because...
Jordan Childs, and because they corrected it on site and said that she, edged
But they
her
didn't
out.
correct it within a 1-minute time period.
Yeah.
And this just goes to prove that this, quote, sport does, quote, suck. And if that's how they're settling these things, then who cares? Give them all bronzes, take it away, and don't give them... I don't care.
Yeah.
I do not care.
No, and most people probably don't, outside of wives. But, I mean, it's
pretty amazing
it's probably like
how they
it's
are
probably
able to-
like the X Games in the sense that it matters to the people in the community who are involved in it. There's a lot of people who consider themselves athletes.
Well,
and
I care a lot about the X Games.
I know. That's why I tried to localize it for you.
Right.
I'm going to play one Olympics piece of audio for you, okay? This is something from Peacock.
Hi, Kelly. Welcome to your daily Olympic recap, your personal rundown of yesterday's most thrilling Olympic moments. Since you're a swimming fan, let's head right to the pool. Team USA secured a stunning victory in the men's 4x100-meter medley relay, smashing the world record. Over at the diving venue, Krista Palmer showcased resilience and skill, overcoming past knee surgeries to qualify for the women's springboard final.
All right, you already know what this is, right?
That must be A.I.L. Michael. We talked about this, right?
I know, but now I've heard a little bit of it.
Who's Kelly?
But
The studio host.
oh,
I thought, because I've heard they personalize it for people.
I was going to say, are they targeting
Like if you
your
download the app,
preferences?
put in your name on the app, it'll say, "Hi, Jake." Like every day.
Okay, I didn't know that. I read an article about this that
Yeah, I
linked
did
a bunch
too.
of audio, and I didn't. Was it in Wired?
I don't recall, but I
Okay.
know what I read about it was indicating if you download the app on your phone, type
That makes
in your
sense,
name,
actually, because
and then
Peacock's-
say, "I like basketball, I like this, I like that." It will then consolidate those things and make it for you only.
That makes sense because Peacock's president's name is Kelly Campbell,
Okay.
and I assume that this is all from a PR release that they provided.
Meanwhile, a tough break for Canada's
Meanwhile,
Pamela Ware.
he does.
Meanwhile,
yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
They
Meanwhile,
even do
a tough
that.
break for Canada's Pamela Ware as a failed final dive scored 0, ending her bid for the final. Check out these highlights from yesterday's action.
Sounds a lot like him.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's like 5% off.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I would have immediately been able to tell
So like,
if you had not told
I
me
wonder if
prior.
they got to be giving him like $1 million or something.
They paid him a lot. I know that.
But let's say they said, "Hey, $2 million, you come out here to France. $1 million, you just stay home."
And
Just
he's
sit
like,
where you are.
"Didn't you pay Snoop Dogg $500,000 a day?"
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd
So,
be out
no.
there, though.
Yeah, but you get to be out there if you're Al Michaels. What does he care? He's traveling the world.
like-
He's all old
He's
and
done
he
it.
doesn't eat vegetables. He probably just wants to stay home.
The vegetable thing's amazing. But yeah, apparently we asked this question the other day. This is like the most successful from a consumer audience standpoint Olympics in a long, long time. They figured it out.
What?
They stopped doing the deal where you can only watch the big stuff at night in the primetime wrap-up. So if you have Peacock now, which is relatively affordable, and probably a lot of people are just going to buy it for 2 months and either forget about it or cancel it, if you want to watch the gymnastics women's final live at noon Central Time, you can. Whereas before you couldn't.
And you can also watch it later.
Yeah, then
Like if you're a-
then that one's on primetime.
Primetime person who doesn't live online.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they finally decided, let's just give everybody everything all the time, and they'll figure it out. And they've got Gold Zone, which is supposed I haven't watched it, but I saw a couple clips, which is like Red Zone, where they flip around to all right,
That's
we're
a good
going over
bit.
to the diving final here, and then we'll come back to women's soccer in the second half. The 10 most streamed days, I think, in Peacock history were all during this Olympics. So, and then the other thing, and I don't know if this
Makes
is true
sense.
or not,
What's
but
Peacock ever had?
well, they had the Olympics last time.
Oh, okay, and nobody
Yeah,
cared.
Nobody cared. And another thing that they did this time, I've only heard this speculated about, but that in years past, NBC, since they've had the bid, which I think might have been 92, something around there, they haven't prioritized showing men's basketball as much as they should have, even though it's by far the most popular sport in the Summer Olympics. But now they got the rights.
Yeah.
So now they're like, hey, let's pump up the NBA and the stars as much as we can. We'll put this
Okay.
on every channel we can. We'll put it on live. We'll put it on recap. We'll put it on archive. Now they're like, yeah, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and even Jokic. Like, let's promo the heck out of that.
And we got the theme.
They played the theme all weekend too. Yeah, so kind of an interesting year from like where are we headed with streaming standpoint.
Yeah.
Also, you guys went to LA, and I think that's what we were supposed to talk about.
No, that's the Olympics is part. Olympics is in LA in 4 years too. If we're still coming out here, we have to decide: do we actually want to do that?
That's going to be mayhem.
Or do we want to avoid that year?
What if it's USA versus Slovenia basketball?
Oh, you don't even have to ask me.
Could be. That'd be cool.
You'll spend the $500 to get in.
Oh, I thought you were asking me like who I would root for.
Well, no, we'd have to go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Slovenia.
Yeah,
all
I'd
the
root
way.
for Luka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be weird though, right? I mean, that's one thing that was
Will he
kind
be
of cool
coming
about,
off of his third MVP?
Maybe. That's one thing that's
Maybe.
kind of cool about And
He won't even have to travel because the Lakers. He
you son of a bitch.
LeBron, Bronny, and Luka.
We've talked about like a post LeBron and Steph economy, but that's what was kind of cool about them winning. And I know LeBron said like, he was asked, we had the dream team, the redeem team. What is this team? Do you know?
No.
He was like, the Avengers.
What? Why?
I don't know, because they're the ones who are saving the world from.
Right.
It literally might be the best basketball team ever assembled. Have you seen the list of like who the dream team, how many NBA players they played?
Yeah.
It's like 9.
Yeah.
This was like, 70 or something. But most of those guys will be gone next time. You're gonna have to get Ja to stop.
Yeah, that's the interesting
firing
thing about
guns.
the dream team is just that they're so old.
Yeah.
Like their best players are
Like
late
the
30s.
current team?
Yeah.
There's no way LeBron plays in the next Olympics.
Yeah. Or Steph, really.
Probably not. KD maybe, but he'll be a shell.
But the over 35 NBA player used to not exist. I mean, Michael Jordan was out of the league by 37. I think.
Need
38.
Chet.
Even
He's projected to be in the next one.
I would hope so.
Even
You know who
when
the other center
Kareem
would
was,
Derek Lively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, even Kareem when he was old, he wasn't doing what LeBron is doing. He was like,
Well, nobody ever has.
averaging 12 a game and
Yeah.
whatever, just because he's all tall. Cowboys game. So we drove to the Cowboys game. We did meet up. We had a meet up with listeners plan. Like a bunch of people had emailed Blake, and then he got back with all of them and said, this is where we'll be, and this is what time we'll be there. And one guy, Steven, right?
Yeah.
A little more popular in Amarillo.
Well,
A touch.
but remember, one of the guys in Amarillo was worried he'd be the only guy,
Yeah.
and he thought it would be awkward. Well, one of the 5 guys that had emailed us in L.A. showed up, and it didn't feel awkward, though. I don't know.
No.
He was a good guy.
Yeah. Good dude.
We had breakfast with him, brunch, maybe you would call it.
Yeah.
If it's Sunday, I think you have to call it that.
Okay.
I think so.
And I had already eaten breakfast a few hours prior, early morning guy. I'm on Texas time, so it's like, out here I'm like a god. I'm up at 6. It's like, oh, my God. Look at this guy. And no matter how early I get up, this guy's down there on his 3rd cup of coffee, so there's no way to beat Rob. You might beat Rob.
Every day.
But
That's honestly the only reason I do it.
just to say I'm better than him at one thing in life?
Yep.
Okay.
Every day. Oh, Rob, boy. Sleep a little late there, pal? Yeah.
Hey, old man. This, of course, was an epic rematch of the 1979 NFC Divisional Playoff game, which was an upset. The Rams. Quarterbacks, Pat Hayden, and in his last game, Roger Staubach.
Wow. I didn't know he went out in the divisional round. Was Pat Hayden the guy
79?
that became like the USC athletic director?
Yes.
Okay.
They would go on to the Super Bowl that year, the Rams. The Cowboys would not. So 21-19 at Texas Stadium, an upset loss. And so the Cowboys really had that on their mind. They've been talking about that all week.
Bulletin board.
That's what they've been thinking about.
For sure.
Had this game circled for months.
It's 45th year anniversary.
A big one.
Yeah, for sure. And anyway, I don't even know who won. The Cowboys did not win, right?
No, Stetson Bennett
Did you see the ending?
pulled it together there at the end.
No. What happened?
Stetson threw his 4th interception. About 4 minutes to go. Cowboys kick a field
So
goal.
he went the whole game?
I don't know if they have another quarterback on the roster. Oh, they have
Wentz.
they have Jimmy G. What?
What are you saying?
They have Jimmy Garoppolo, but he's suspended.
Oh, okay.
And so I think Stetson may be their only quarterback on the roster.
That they're going to play. They're not going
Yeah.
to play Stafford.
No.
Okay.
Is Wentz a Ram?
Didn't we just talk about this?
Well, he probably wouldn't play anyway.
I don't know. Where is he now? I swear to God, we just talked about this the other day.
I don't know where Wentz is.
The Chiefs.
He already went. He's Chiefs?
The Chiefs.
Anyway.
Sorry, my bad. Yeah, Stetson Bennett. That's a weird one,
Because I remember he was in their first series, so.
Yeah, he played the whole game, threw 4 interceptions, nearly a 5th, but then he led a 2-minute drive, and they scored on 4th down with 4 seconds left.
Just clutch, baby.
What did it feel like on TV as far as the crowd? Because when that interception sounded louder than any cheering that the Rams got.
I would say
The first interception that I saw.
maybe 65-35 Cowboys fans in there.
Dude, there's so much Cowboys fans. It's
Very-
amazing.
And walk into our seats as the teams are running out, like it did not feel like a preseason game. Like it was loud in there.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, the cost would indicate that it wasn't a normal preseason game.
Yeah, but then once the game got going, there were a lot of empty seats.
There were. We had the worst seats in the house, and they were $50 each.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. I mean, that makes me think there would have been a lot of people there. Maybe you guys should have waited until day of.
It got down to 33.
Okay, well, I don't feel too bad for forcing you then.
It was I was looking for obscure jerseys because everybody had a jersey on. So as far as the teams are concerned, because we did see other sports and everything, but we had Roman Gabriel from the Rams
Okay.
Who got a nice little video presentation during the game.
and Sam Bradford
Yeah.
Wow. From the
from
St.
the
Louis
St.
days.
Louis Rams. And then for the Cowboys, Too Tall. Well, it just said Too Tall with Too Tall's number. So obviously, all these jerseys are homemade. Lots of
Aaron
the Latin
Donald.
fan
Oh.
will put their own name on a Cowboys jersey.
Dude, I saw when we were at
Or they've had a lot more Gonzaleses in their history than I can remember.
it's possible. When we were at camp the other day, I saw a couple of like his and hers type things.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like such and such is girl, such and such is boy. Which, by the way, to revert back with an aside, very popular at Disney.
The his and hers.
Yeah, I'm
The couple I'm with.
I'm her Mickey. He's my Minnie.
Okay,
And,
well,
like, not all these people look like hopeless dorks. It's really weird, man. If you haven't been in a long
again,
time,
they're stoked. Like Christy Scales is stoked on it. I'll bet she drags her husband along, and he just got to play along because, all right, this is her bit. And
yeah, and I
Unless he's into
I
it,
have a
too.
couple friends who are really, really into Disney as adults, and it's just strange to me, man. I mean, there's a lot of people there, especially in the afternoon. Like, we were there for like 7 hours, and we left at 4:15, 4:30, but the park is open until midnight.
Midnight.
Yeah, fireworks are maybe 11, 10, something like that. But you'll have people filing in there at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a Saturday, and they're just there to, like, drink some beers and enjoy Disney. They've got a costume on. Their boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife are with them. It's
they got a season pass, maybe.
probably.
Yeah.
It's just like, what are you doing here? But anyways.
Cowboy-wise, so Too Tall, saw Randy White, an LVE, and a Lyle Collins. One Lyle Collins.
I'm frankly surprised they ever even mass-produced that.
But nothing
the
nothing
guard?
too obscure. I saw the actor who played Tuco.
Really?
Yeah. And then
Breaking Bad.
then I saw him like again,
Are you being?
and then I turned and I saw him again. Like I saw him
okay.
like 1,000.
This is
It
a-
turns out.
It's like no, we didn't.
It turns out.
I should have known 500 level.
It
This is
turns
just
out.
simply racist.
I'm just saying. I really thought it was him, until I really thought it was him again, and then I totally thought it was him again. And after a while, I got realizing that perhaps maybe he's like that one doctor who put all his own sperm in the sperm bank or something. But
that's awesome.
I will just give you an in-stadium review of the pregame shows. Were high school dance teams. They were absolutely horrible. I know we're not supposed to say anything negative about that because they're trying and everything, but they're out of sync. And then once the Rams cheerleaders got out there, they were great, and I think they only put the terrible ones out there so that we could know what a professional squad looks like.
It's Big Jim.
Yes, have a fat guy sitting next to you, and you won't look as fat.
But then the high school girls are trying to dance provocatively, and it's uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah, because they also, in the high school teams, they'll have a junior team, and one had, 8-year-old girls trying to do the same thing. But
yeah, that was weird.
We got to train them young.
Yeah, no, I mean, I told you guys, when I used to review the halftime show, this would always be a big problem for me. Because let's face it, there's 17,000 people in there. There's a half dozen pedophiles.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think that they just simply don't enjoy basketball at any level, especially the NBA? And I've got 9-year-olds, shorty got low.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, this is bad. This is a horrible thing. And then inevitably, somebody who went to that school or dance troupe class would tell me, like, they've been working really hard on this. My daughter was in that class. And I'm like, your daughter's a whore.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm not sure this world of kneeling and standing and protesting, and the flag. I thought the flag was this. You're not allowed to do anything to the flag.
Don't sully the flag.
So, is literally cutting a flag
a federal crime? I thought it was.
Desecrating the flag, because I swear the flag that they took out there was a cut, like it was a flag. A giant flag that fit like almost the whole field. You've seen that with the Cowboys, right? And they have people standing all around this flag holding it up so that it will, and then they'll wave it and everything. Well, they had the same thing, but it was cut into the United States.
Ooh.
And so it didn't have 50 stars. It had however many if they had to cut to make it look like the continental United States. And I just wonder, should I be mad? Because I didn't know if we take our hats off and the anthem, and anyway.
Yeah.
I'm still looking for some flag.
I think we play pretty fast and loose on that one, depending on who you are.
Okay. Because, now you can make flag shirts and...
Condoms.
Really?
I don't know.
They have a flag condom?
There you go.
If anything's...
Yeah, there's a picture of it if you want to see. It was actually cut into the United States, and it wasn't like then they unfurled it. Like they just held it. It was cut.
Yeah, I'm looking right here at American flag condoms, bag of 50.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
One thing I want to note, so they had this hot on the field doing bits, Cameron Irwin, and then she would throw it to like the DJ guy. It's like a nightclub, but for 80,000 people, just like a Cowboy game, I guess.
And then some.
And I don't know if a lot of this stems from Mark
this is
Cuban.
How she spells Cameron.
Would all this stuff have happened with
Camryn?
Yeah.
Without Cuban?
Because Cuban really was at the forefront of this for NBA arenas for sure. Maybe we should compliment Humble Billy Hayes for doing this. But one time I thought it was really funny. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but they go up on the big screen and they do one of their bits in between, after a kickoff or something while it's a TV timeout. They go, "Congratulations to Section 408. We were in Section 526. Look it up. It's the worst section in the whole place." But they say, "Congrats to Section 408. They're winners of $50 gift certificate or whatever to Paramount Plus." So they're trying to get people to sign up for Paramount Plus. You get a free $50. So that'll get you through quite a few months, and then by then you'll forget and you're just locked in. And it shows the cheering section 408. Like, okay, you've seen this before.
Of course.
But then one section over from us is a dude, probably in his mid-60s, who stands up looking at the thing. He's upset because we're in Section 5. He's probably 525, and he's giving double bird to the video like he's pissed. And he's 60-some years old.
Yeah, He wants his free.
But he's so pissed
He's like, I've been waiting to watch Yellowstone.
at goddamn Section 408.
Yeah, for the price of this game, you could have just stayed home and had free Paramount Plus or paid for Paramount Plus for 5 months.
What do you call the wrestling mask? The luchador?
Luchador.
Luchador?
Yeah.
Okay, I saw one real touching because you see them all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
But
Don't tell me it had 2 dates on it.
Well, no. One was a guy, and then his son was about 8, and he was wearing one. Like it was like.
I
and then the
have
wife,
no problem with that.
The wife and daughter were kind of trailing behind, looking a bit beaten. Like, yes, I'm with them.
And did you tell that guy whenever he took it off to eat that you loved him in the tight scene?
No. But he might have been the lady and daughter were Latina, but I don't know about him. Maybe he wasn't. I mean, he had the mask on.
I'm gonna guess.
Well, that's I don't like the profile. And
no,
then,
I thought you were gonna say that he had, because I've seen like the luchador that has the. Speaking of Disney, you can get this at Six Flags, Disney. You see it on cars. Just the airbrush like 2 dates. Like Gone Too Soon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. And then one more thing I have besides football, and I don't really have much football, except we've talked already about how, like, you could, even from a million miles away,
Trey Lance sucks.
Trey Lance just not good.
Yeah.
Like, dude, your third year, fourth year?
Yeah, it should be, because next year's option year.
And
Still pretty young.
still pretty young. Okay, keep saying stuff. The end zone now, I pointed this out to Blake. It used to say end racism, and on the Rams end zone, at least, it says play football.
Look, we bit off a little more than we could chew with
Like,
the
we
end
know we
racism
can get this
thing.
one done.
But this one, I feel like we're going to check that box at the end of the day and feel pretty good about it.
Or they have ended racism, and now we're on to,
we
I
moved
don't
on.
know.
Yeah.
It's one of those two.
That's awesome.
But for sure, you're right. After the game, they can't,
Does
like, immediately you check it, like, we done it.
So what's so funny about that is I liken it to Cuban and the Kobe retirement jersey. Is like, maybe most people didn't notice that they had to change it, but you did. When you go so big at the beginning, like, and you sheepishly have to be like, oh, change the end racism thing because it's still going.
Yeah.
Like, that's an uncomfortable meeting. And they didn't go for, like, love each other or share kindness. They're just like, we're giving up.
It's the same thing.
Let's play football.
You want to put the sign in your yard for the dead kids, you're going to have to take it up at some point.
Yeah. You would think.
Yeah. And then is this the time? Why? Why is it the time?
Why don't you take it down?
Do I no longer care about the dead kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys have anything from actual football or the game, but
I think Tyler Guyton's good.
Like, wondering even why
I think
they play
DeMarvion
these things.
Overshown is good. But yeah.
No, I was more so there to see Dan at a football game, not the football game. We park, I don't know, half a mile away, and he's griping that we have to pay $30
Was there a
park.
tailgate scene at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was. There's also an LA, like, Olympics thing, LA 2028 event
Like
there.
fan zone
Yeah.
type thing?
Yeah, no, the stadium's cool. It's,
Why am I just your monkey that you just want to take pictures of? And
look, man, we all have a role here. Trying to make a cool social media video.
okay, it's just anytime I turn around, there's look,
I know, and I feel bad.
there's Fat Dan.
No,
at
I'm
the
sure you
stadium.
do,
not,
Dan.
not Fat Dan. It's just it's
You feel
funny to be
terrible,
seeing
Blake.
you in these environments. Would you rather me say, hey, hold on, get right here, turn around?
No,
All right.
no, we don't
Smile.
want to pose for
Smile.
pictures. You're right.
God, that's cool. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
AT&T's a dump.
But I mean, walking in, this could not be in Arlington.
No.
Walking in
It would just
August,
be too hot.
No,
yeah,
I mean,
it feels awesome.
It would be, I think the only way that something like this could work is if it's in like a smaller city with like not a whole lot of population density, and they just have a huge open field in which to build it.
Boyd.
Like L.A.
It's L.A. Of course they could figure it out.
Well, it's just so hot for the
That's
open
the thing.
the open air thing.
Yeah.
It's
You know, that-
primarily the fall.
Still.
We're not talking about playing through
But
May,
then- but-
June, July, and August like the Rangers have
But
to.
then it would be too cold.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why don't you? Oh,
There's
yeah.
no sweet spot.
Yeah, you know,
The
the people. Philadelphia fans typically don't come out to games because it's so cold on the East Coast in the fall. So that's why they have such a
Okay,
docile
our city
fan
sucks.
base.
Is
That's
that
what
what-
I'm saying. It doesn't matter what you do with the building. It's the people that suck.
Yeah.
Because everyone's like us. Too hot.
Right.
Too cold.
Bitching.
Let's beat the traffic.
Us.
As far as the game, I have some Blue Star Network audio if you care
Sure.
to hear it. Now, we've said this before. It's not as fun as it used to be.
No.
We
It's because they're getting better. Like, they're actually not as bad as
I'm with him.
all the tech used to be worse.
Completely jacked.
I'm saying it used to be more fun because Irvin would be there.
Yeah, but it
Well,
wasn't
sure,
just
that'll
Irvin.
help.
Mickey would handle all of the pregame himself. The transition from Mickey as 30% of the pregame show to Mickey by himself, because now Mickey's 30% of Countdown to Kickoff and 70% of it is Kyle Yeomans, who, to use a Dan term, seems like a haircut to me, but he's pretty smooth.
Yeah.
And so now
Yeah, he's
Mickey's
good on
just
TV.
whereas Mickey was just like, it was like he was
He was a radio guy on TV.
Nope.
Yeah.
even beyond that. You know,
Yeah.
he's a writer.
Yeah.
Who became a
He was a
radio guy
writer-
who then became TV. And
Right.
he's like not reading his IFB cues at all. Everything was screwed. Now they have like a pretty sleek guy who wears sunglasses and he's got cool hair and cool shoes, and Mickey's still just kind of sitting there. But that's what I think he means when he says it's gotten better. It's Isaiah Standback and Bill Jones, whereas they used to just rotate people in there. You know, they'd have, I mean, Moose would do it, or Nate Newton would do it, remember?
Oh, my God.
And it would be
Yeah.
like
Absolutely, I
just
remember that.
mayhem. And
Yeah.
now it's a pretty buttoned-up broadcast.
No, I remember a certain game. They had Nate Newton
And Irvin.
and
Yeah.
we just had cuts for days.
Yeah, it's not like that anymore. Isaiah Standback is trying to be serious.
Well, you say it's good. I say it's not good. And
Embrace debate.
and Bill Jones is headlining this. They're a little bit before kickoff, and I'm sensing that Bill Jones will just begin talking based on what he sees on the screen and not necessarily where the producer wants him to go. And so this first clip here,
I think I know what this is.
they're out of a Jalen Tolbert soundbite, and on the screen is Dak Prescott, but he is supposed to be throwing it to break about Mike Zimmer, and so he gets caught in a pretzel here.
Jalen Tolbert doing some great work in Oxnard, and one guy who has talked about him a lot is Dak Prescott. A veteran coach returns to the Cowboys, Mike Zimmer, when we come back.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You laughed over it a little bit. So
Okay,
he,
sorry.
he-
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
out of
there.
Tolbert, here's Dak, but no, you're supposed to be throwing it to Zimmer, and so he's got to like somehow weave it
Tie
in,
it together,
tie
yeah.
it together, but you have 3 seconds. So how are you going to do that, Bill?
Talked about him a lot is Dak Prescott. A veteran coach returns to the Cowboys, Mike Zimmer, when we come back. Talks.
Mike Zimmer
Talks. Yeah,
and then
that's tough.
same thing out of the very next break. Micah is on the screen, and then they immediately go to like a Zimmer graphic.
Micah Parsons and Mike Zimmer in Dallas. A Cowboys reunion.
So
for Mike
a
Zimmer.
little bumper cars, a
Yeah.
little bit. So it's still Blue Star Network. This one stuck out to a lot of people because he'll set it up. It's 4th down. Quarterback has to make a play.
4th and 6 for Trey Lance here. Into traffic down the sideline and out of bounds, and the ball will go over to the Rams. Boy,
I'm not sure if he was actually trying to complete that pass or if he was throwing it to the sideline. Either way, turnover on downs.
and the Rams will take over.
Yeah, I don't know if he was throwing it away there.
No. I don't know that that's
It's just
typically
who
your
he
move on
is.
4th and 6.
Yeah.
He's going to live to fight another down in 15 minutes when they get the ball back. That is ultimate homerism right there. Great decision, avoiding danger there.
Yeomans is smooth, but this is a bad question. He's interviewing Jake Ferguson along the sideline.
The margin for error in this league is tiny, and if you want to win games, you got to make plays.
Do you feel like you are ready to take that step and become an elite NFL tight end?
For sure, that's the goal.
No, I'm kind of okay with being average.
I viewed myself as a TE2.
Not quite
So
ready.
If
not trying to get better every day.
Yeah.
If Hindershot comes back, or if Schoonmaker can just kind of leapfrog me, I'm kind of looking to be a 18 catch a year guy.
I'd like to collect my check and go home, please.
Working on the blocking.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, the final one. I want to play Is It Racist? Dan has kind of set the scene. A lot of Mexicans in the crowd.
It's
A lot of Mexican
California.
Cowboys fans.
It's California, and it's the Cowboys.
So when they come out of break, they show a group of Cowboys fans who happen to be Mexican just sitting there. And I'm just curious why this musical artist came to Isaiah Stanback's mind.
A 6-6 game early in the third quarter. Bill Jones along with Isaiah Stanback with Kyle Yeomans on the sidelines. And Isaiah, lots of Cowboys fans here. You heard it on those 2 interceptions. Pretty good roar from a nice preseason crowd here.
The Cowboys are like Pitbull, the worldwide.
That's exactly right.
It's the reason why they come down here to L.A. every year for training camp.
So, yes, he goes with Pitbull, Mr. Worldwide.
No, but he said the worldwide.
Yes.
Like, even he can't even get that part right.
But
Isn't Pitbull like Dominican or Puerto Rican or
whatever,
something too?
but still, I love Bill
Miami,
Jones in this.
Nice preseason crowd here.
The Cowboys are like Pitbull, the worldwide.
That's exactly right.
That's exactly right.
Yes.
Yes. That's what I'm always telling people.
That's exactly
How are the
right.
Cowboys this year? Well, they're like the Pitbull. They're
All
worldwide.
The Dumb Zone. Let's go down to the sideline. A Farmers Insurance injury report, and here's Mickey Spagnola.
What do they want? What?
What's the injury report?
Say what?
Injury report.
In. Tell them don't come to me. I can't hear a thing.
Felix Jones deep for the Cowboys.
You're listening to The Dumb Zone.
So during that short break, we shifted time and space, and we went and ate lunch at Neptune's Net. Same place. I was going to say Bodie also. Wasn't Bodie.
No, it was Lori Petty in Utah.
It was Johnny Utah.
That's
No
where
puppet.
he would order the shrimp basket.
Oh, is that right?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
In fact, Mickey is the one who first suggested going there to me. It was I guess, when I was enlightened with the movie Point Break and realized that my whole life should revolve around that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, Mickey said, yeah, you should stop by this little place on the way up, and it was good, and it was pretty cheap, and that was back in those days. We just had lunch for 4. All I had was the cup of soup, because you guys might not know it, but I'm 3 hours away from dinner.
We know it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I couldn't have too much food. So I just had a little cup of soup to hold me over. And the foursome was $84.
Yeah, no beers, nothing like that. $80. It's more expensive than Spencer's. They're quite proud of their food. They're quite proud of the fact that Lori Petty and Johnny Utah met here, and the fact that Toretto and O'Connor had their meeting of the minds in the original Fast and Furious here.
Like the location's
$20
great.
for 3 fish tacos that were a little skimp.
They're very small.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to get your money's worth at Spencer's.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Dan McDowell
Yeah, I
for
was about to
Spencer
say.
McKenzie's.
Give them a chance to earn your business.
Yeah.
Well, they're not hurting for business.
Spencer's?
No.
Oh, this place.
Neptune's
Oh, yeah.
Net.
No, it's
Bumping.
full. On a Monday.
Oh, you know what we should do? Viewer mail. And then we got some today in Twitter. I think we're going to hold Dion. Have we decided?
I think so, yeah.
If you were, scoring along at home, from left to right on your radio dial. What do you do on your phone? Which direction are we moving on your phone?
Left or right?
Are we? We don't do like Chinese? Is that like up and down? How do they read?
Right to left.
Let's go now to Jake.
Oh, what?
You're an international guy.
You're a Chinese expert.
You've been closer to China than I have. Although
I've been there.
I could go. Oh, you've been to China?
Sort of. I've been to Hong Kong. You know, they have a weird situation going on, but I've been to Hong Kong.
I dug a pretty deep hole once.
You know what? I have something I can play for you for that right now if you want.
Okay.
I'm going to throw a curveball at you, video man. What do you think about that?
Because you could dig to China, I've come to understand.
The Miller Lite vintage ad. You don't have to be quick. It's just that it just came up. I did not think that Dan was going to mention the idea of digging to China. So this is
That's just how we roll, Rob.
Yeah, this
You're
is
gonna have.
something-
This ain't the buttoned-up world that you've come from.
Right, with the
this
big
is
man.
the wildness of.
I'm ready, bitch.
All right, so this is something that was sent to the group chat, so we're just going to call it group chat check-in. This is, I believe, probably like an early 80s, maybe late 70s ad for great-tasting, less-filling Miller Lite.
All right.
You got a...
When I played baseball, I could hit the ball halfway to China. So I figured I could do the same thing with a golf ball. No way.
Greg the Bull Luzinski.
There's nothing we like better than cold Miller Lite. It's less filling and it's got that big taste us hackers appreciate. Where'd that go?
Now they're looking for the ball.
No matter where you play.
And it lands.
The chairman.
It lands.
Appears to be playing golf.
Yes, it lands on a green halfway around the world with four incredibly stereotypically dressed Chinese
Perhaps
people with
the chairman
Mao,
and one guy who's
a rice hat.
The caddy is wearing the rice hat. Yeah. As I recall, those were very pop culture-y, very funny commercials.
Yeah, that one really got me. The rice hat. Yeah.
I got a rice hat.
Yeah.
Why? I don't even remember. Did I want to grow rice? Or I just thought that hat was badass.
Jake played against a guy in flag football that wore one.
He was on my team.
And then somebody mailed you one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I should have brought that out here. That'd cover the neck. You can see why they wear it.
Yeah.
It's very practical. Anyway. Got some birthdays. Today is, I don't remember the day, the 12th.
Mm-hmm.
Dear Uncle Yeah Baby, please wish my sister Kelly a happy birthday, Monday, August 12th.
Is that weird?
Oh, yeah, for sure, baby. Yeah.
To wish your sister a happy birthday?
Yeah.
I mean, would you do it for your brother? I guess
think
not
do,
having a
but
sister, I can't.
It's kind of a...
Let's ask a guy with a sister. It's kind of a what? Sorry. Okay.
I think we're both doing it because we think the other one of us thinks we're supposed to do it. But if we both just said, like, who cares? Then I
But
think
writing
it would
into
stop.
your favorite program, that's you want to hear it said publicly.
I mean, it's kind of cool that they both listen.
That is cool.
I would say you typically do that if you haven't talked to them in a while.
Yeah.
Then it feels less genuine to me, though. It feels more disingenuous if you pop up once a year.
No, but hey, I'm thinking of you. This is...
You weren't, though.
I'm being nice.
This is a special thing, yeah. You're on the dumb zone, Kelly.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
In fact, Jake, play her that. Didn't you get some Al Michaels audio just for her earlier? Yeah.
I did, yeah. I know you love swimming.
She's been a listener and fan for 2 decades.
Hi, Kelly.
Thanks to me. And she's looking pretty good for a middle-aged lady with 2 kids.
I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah. Send it in.
He does say Jake.
Of course
Then he says
does.
she lives in Wiley.
Hey.
Then it says Blake.
Come holla.
Yeah, I'm losing interest.
Drop request,
The whole
something
Wiley
funny. There can't be a nice-looking lady in Wiley?
It probably is, but few and far between.
He wants to hear something funny. No puppet. Mark Brasher.
Can I tell you I was on top?
Mark with a C.
It just hit the lobe, as they call it.
That's what I have pulled up.
I like Mark with a Q.
Gettysburg, wow.
Mark. Mork, like you're from Oakland. Mork.
Dan, I'd like to wish my wife Stephanie Tan happy birthday. Her leaders were...
Uh-oh.
Marion Barber and Gavin Escobar.
Oh, dear. I have some bad news on that front.
She wants to know if there have been any GBDPs on the DZRV. Less combative Charles Haley from Michael Tan. P.S. Marvin Harrison killed Steve McNair.
That's a theory. You know they have a new Untold coming out about Steve McNair.
Oh, nice.
That Netflix series. Okay, so DP, obviously double penny. I guess I don't know what GB is.
Gangbang?
Gangbang DPs?
Does a normal DP imply a GB, or is that enough?
I mean,
don't think it
two
is.
does not make a gang.
Yeah, if me and you were like, "Well, we got something going on here. We're a gang." And we'd be
Right.
like, I feel like you guys are just partners.
Yeah, that's why, That's why you have to say all 4 of those letters.
Yeah, but so is it 3?
Like, inside the GB, there could be a DP.
I think there almost has to be.
If all 5 of us were involved, it would be a GB.
There's no doubt about that. I'm
But
asking
if
where the
it's-
cutoff is.
But if it's you two and Video Man, it's probably just a threesome.
Yeah, and nobody says foursome. Maybe that's the point it becomes GB. Weigh in the comments, folks.
Hit the bell.
Yeah.
Man, we learned about that.
What did we learn? Oh, the bell means it will alert you for stuff.
Oh, that is one thing I forgot to tell you guys.
Do you think we should be less than a year and a month in to learn?
No, none of it matters. At Venice Beach, there are a ton of people streaming.
Like, okay, we were walking to the game, and Blake's like, "Oh, look over there, they're filming a TikTok."
Yeah.
Oh, look over the guy we had lunch with, Steven, was like, "That's a big deal. It's just filming TikToks."
Yeah, a bunch of people on Venice Beach. If they were on bikes, they had like a camera affixed to the handlebars.
That's right. It was because Rob said, "Let's go to the beach."
Yeah.
And he told us that was his warning for the beach.
There were women who were like rollerblading together. And I guess they were live streaming. They could have just been doing reels, but they were talking to the chat, and it's just insane. And then there was even a point where Kristen's sister was like, "Oh, I recognize that guy from TikTok." Like some guy, she's like, "I don't remember his name, but I've seen him before."
Like Steven said, you'll be walking down, and there'll be a lot of the man on the street stuff.
Yeah, nonstop.
Like,
Everybody's
when we
looking
used
for
to do
Hatua.
it for the show,
Nobody was doing it.
Right. We invented this.
Pioneers.
Hello, Uncle Hotmail. Emailing from one of my OG emails via the OG email service Hotmail, which has stood the test of time due to its impressive features and abilities. Today is my dad Chris and brother Jack's birthday. Please wish them happy birthday. My dad would like to hear a heart attack man joke if he's available.
Doesn't look like
Or
it.
some added clouds being.
Is that me? Sorry.
Looking forward to having you all out for a 690 remote at my business, Urban Tree Merchants, in October.
Yep.
From DF number 4179, Kelly Gear. And I believe we got a Kelly that's a lady, not a Kelly dude.
No. She and I have discussed business.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hi, Kelly.
Over coffee?
I wish.
Dear Dan, want to wish my other little brother, L. Eddie Spaghetti, happy birthday today. He's finally a man. His heroes are the 42% of the people who prefer pork
over the other white meat.
And space pullout.
Yeah.
Muchas gracias from Pollito.
Little chicken.
Pork meat.
And
On
J-Rod here. I'm a new subscriber of the show. I used to use my fiance's account, but I got my own so she can get off my ass.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Plus, I support the
Preach.
cause now. Please tell her, shut the hell up, and give a shout-out to Casey Pilcher.
Why don't you back off, Casey?
My leaders are Dingu the Sea Cow and a fat bunny that drives a crappy van. Very respectfully, Julian Rodriguez. And that's today's viewer mail.
I got one quick one.
Oops. I didn't know.
No, it's my bad.
I tried to...
So this is the second time she sent it to us. I believe we might actually be going to Cassie's apartment at some point for a 690.
We are.
She gets really upset whenever we talk about shooting free throws in silence, as to how that would be an effective strategy for the the home crowd with the visiting team. And she said, "I'm resending this because y'all have brought it up again. They shoot free throws in silence at every home game." That's actually not true.
No.
I don't know if
I'm talking silence.
That's the thing. Maybe you haven't been to a Mavs game or an NBA game in a while, but
they don't go overboard.
No.
There's
It's
still
not like it
music
is with the
and there's
visiting
stuff.
team, and there's sound effects.
Yeah.
And I'm talking, and I think Dan is like a mandate to be quiet.
You can hear squeaking.
Right. It's
tennis
not.
shoes.
It's not like that when you're at home shooting free throws. It's quieter, but it is by far not what I would call quiet.
I'm
and even in
talking-
practice, if you ever go to a shoot around, practice in NBA practice is loud as hell.
Yes, it's hard to understand unless you've been to the Oklahoma City pregame prayer.
Yeah.
That's the silence I want.
Yeah.
No sound at all.
Yeah.
You might hear a guy in the upper deck across the stadium cough.
Mm-hmm.
That's how silent.
Different deal.
So tell her to get off our ass.
Well, I'm going to wait till the check clears.
Okay.
For the remote, and then yeah.
It already has.
Okay, well then get off his ass.
our ass.
The Dumb Zone presents Today in Twitter.
Or did we already do it with the Miller Lite thing?
No, but that was going to be in there, but it came up.
All right.
Bob and weave. So Blake's got some stuff. I got some stuff. His is probably better, so I'll let him be an ender. A couple things that I was laughing about that I think you guys would enjoy. The first one, Video Man, is going to be the doesn't look like it's in here. So let's go with the Cosby cop drama. I think I put it in the other day. I didn't copy it over. So somebody sent this to Cosby cop drama. We'll start with.
Were you okay?
Let's see.
RV parking next to us.
Yeah, that might not be that prevalent on the mic that you need to stop everything down,
We're
Blake.
just.
I think it was both of us. It feels pretty.
Oh, are they changing the porta potties?
But good God.
They are rough in there.
Rob said don't go in, and then you went in.
I just had to pee.
But the
and
thing is,
I'll
we
pee
were-
standing up like a GD man.
We were walking into. I pee standing up in a porta potty if the poop is all the way to the top.
Which it is in there.
I know. I did it.
I went to the Neptune's net. The beach porta potties are just the worst.
I went.
I've had enough porta potty, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Even the nice ones. I'm done.
Even the handicapped ones.
Dude.
Well, that one's pretty good.
The nice ones, you can't even handle that?
I'm just saying I've had enough. I'm a human. I'm like a civilized human.
Okay, yeah. So let's do the Cosby one first. Do you have any recollection, Dan, of the fact that there was a show in 1994 that ran for 2 seasons called The Cosby Mysteries?
No.
It's a drama. Like, it's a cop drama. The Cosby Mysteries is an American mystery drama television series starring Bill Cosby that aired on NBC Sep 94, April 95, 19 episodes.
So after the
Cosby Show.
The Cosby Show was huge. All right.
Yeah, so he's plays a cop criminalist who retired from the police force after winning $44 million in the lottery. However, he still has the itch. So he comes back every now and then off the books.
Okay.
And it's still Bill like now you'd be like Bill Cosby's a psychopath. He's basically Dexter. But back then I think everybody still thought of him as America's dad. So if we play this video, I want you guys to react to it. You're going to understand pretty quickly why this promo has been pulled. And it's a certain camera angle that shows a drink, as it's basically SVU.
This fall, Bill Cosby returns to television with.
Can we get more audio?
Okay, so already there you can see, if you want to back it up, the opening shot is like 2 martini glasses, and in the reflection of the liquid of one of them, it's just Bill Cosby's face.
Yeah, looking concerned.
And what's
Perplexed.
happening is somebody is pouring like some sort of elixir, ostensibly poison, into the glass.
Okay.
Which
in his
Spanish
playbook.
Fly, that was his whole deal, was that he would poison people's drinks and cocktails. So this is the beginning of it 30 years ago.
He's saying this is my playbook.
Yeah. Like he's just
This
trying to tell
fall,
you.
Bill Cosby returns to television with something new. Mystery.
That's incredible, because that's exactly what he got
most popular
busted
star
for.
back
Yes.
as its newest crime solver.
And then the rest
They
of
had
this
like
is just
a-
like, there's no way you'd believe this.
They had some little powder in his ring, and he just opened it,
Yeah.
dumped it in there.
This fall on NBC.
So
I miss that voice guy too.
Oh, he was great.
Beautiful.
It's kind of like the OJ If I Did It. Just like these people that we, and even Cosby had the Spanish Fly
It's like certain
comedy
humor.
bit. Yeah.
It's like, oh, I want to get divorced. It's just humor, honey. I mean, that's just my bit.
Yeah. So the second one I'm going to show you, if you have it, Rob, is this is definitely a Today in Twitter because it's a year old, and it's hilarious. It involves a guy in a wheelchair, but I don't think we're necessarily making fun of the guy in the wheelchair. But have you ever wondered, like, what happens when the cops have to arrest a guy in a wheelchair?
I never wondered that, but now that you say it,
Yeah, like, do they have to bring a special van? Do they have to be like extra nice to him? Well, this guy is a 32-year-old man. This is in Miami. His name is Brian Amasta. He's a YouTuber and recording artist. This is about a year ago, and I think this was just recently the anniversary. And this is the body cam footage of a very aggressive suspect who's in a wheelchair. And it's kind of like, it looks to me like when a 3-year-old is messing with you and you're like, stop, get. You're like, I could fuck you up if I had to, but you want to be, but you have to be cool, right? You can't just like punch him, and the cops can't just dip over his wheelchair and be like, figure it out now, cripple. So they're like slapping his hand away, and I was laughing about this all weekend.
So take me.
You got a little guy in a wheelchair.
Again. What the you do about it?
For the first time, we are seeing body camera video when Miami-Dade police say they were assaulted by a quadriplegic man. A case so unusual, even the judge at first appearance seems surprised.
I have truly never seen a case like this.
It happened May 1st.
The guy wheels out in his driveway and wheels right up to the cop and just starts hitting him. Now his music video. This is his music video.
So the wheelchair guy does music videos.
Yeah.
According to the report, Amasa and his mother
But he looks messed up.
Were
Yeah, he's a
involved in an
quadriplegic.
argument. But when mom is put
And
in
he starts
handcuffs,
ramming
this
his wheelchair into her.
Nah, bro, don't fucking do that.
So they're arresting his mom.
No, man, stop doing that. You just said.
When we interviewed Amasa back then, he told us
Why did it zoom in on the wheel?
I hit them with my wheelchair.
Did you?
I absolutely did not.
The report stated that you spit at an officer.
Right. So I suffer from acid reflux, so I normally spit.
Hold on.
And I spat like the totally different direction.
But this is the video.
You want to listen or not?
He just joysticks right up to the cop and spits on him.
Bro, you laughing at me, bro?
Because he was separated from his motorized wheelchair.
Now they're carrying him.
Oh no!
When it was put on a
They towed it.
They towed him on a flatbed.
Text someone joking that they were going to put him on the tow truck.
Yeah, because
Officers later seen inspecting their legs. Amassed the charge.
Now it looks like that officer trying to build up a charge there, looking at his leg, kind of like the Scotty Scheffler.
And we are told that corrections did not have a transport van to transport Amasa with his wheelchair, and that's why officers on scene called fire rescue to take him and called a tow truck to take the chair. Told that there's another hearing in this case scheduled right here for tomorrow. We're in Miami. I'm
All right. This is so Miami. Like he's just backing up.
Jenny, thanks a lot.
He's backing
It
up.
does seem like
and
you might
he's
wanna,
ramming him.
I know
and
that you
like,
might want to deal with
stop.
the deal with it like the 3-year-old though, and I wouldn't have taken him in.
I know. I mean, and then his whole like, I just have acid reflux.
Yeah.
And they go to the video and he's like, "Fuck you, pig," and just spits from his wheelchair. It's just, I don't know. That's so Miami. Then let me see. Let me pick one more here, and then we'll turn it over to Blake. Let's do. Okay. Let's do this clip from the Today Show. Okay, so this is the one that says Today Show Fit Cooking. Blake actually sent me this after I'd already seen it and said he stopped watching it. So he doesn't know what happens here. But this is a clip. As I've said before, it's hilarious to me that America has the morning shows. Your wife watches them. Strahan's on it. Nate Burleson's on it. Where they go back and forth from like the state of play in Ukraine. Is Kiev at risk? And later, 10 keto-friendly recipes using only egg whites and avocado. And I'm like, I feel like both of the things you're trying to do are going to suck because you should just be trying to do one of those things.
Right.
So,
but there's something to having it all right there in front of you.
Yeah, and it's on,
It's like
and
the
America
cable.
loves it. So this is a clip from the Today Show where they're interviewing a lady, and her partner, who she wrote the book with about like fit living, is supposed to be there, and they address that pretty much right out of the gate.
Here with some tantalizing recipes to boost your sexual appetite is Amy Riley, co-author of The Love Diet. Hello, Amy.
Hey, Amy. Nice to see you.
I want to get a piece of business out of the way before we start. There is a co-author on your book, Juan Carlos Cruz, who is accused in a murder-for-hire plot with his wife.
Right.
There's a plea bargain happening today. What's the stat? What's going on there?
I know that today there's a hearing in a couple of hours, and
supposedly there's going to be a plea bargain. That's really all I know. Juan Carlos and I have been communicating by letter. He can't talk with me about his case. Basically, all I know is that this is a man who's very, very passionate about cooking for better health and caring for other people, and that's why.
Wait, he may have killed his wife,
or at least hired somebody to.
You're wishing him all the best.
But all I know is that he's great with the ingredients,
and he has a passion for the culinary arts. And what's funny about it is this whole book. You could kind of pick it up there. It's supposed to be a book with dishes to make you want to to be horny.
Yes, dishes designed to ignite romance.
Yeah,
what it says here.
And this guy was solicited. He solicited 3 homeless men to kill his wife, and is currently still incarcerated, doing a 9-year stint.
In his defense, he was trying.
He was trying. He's like, dude, the quiche,
right.
the crepes. I'm doing everything. You're still not doing it. Now I'm going to find 3 bums to knock you off.
Also, that video proves Hoda hasn't always been torn up.
Oh, yeah?
All right, take a look at
Well,
Hoda
it's
up
your
there.
friends, and you're wishing him all
He
the
is,
best.
yes, but I promised
Look at
myself
her.
I wouldn't cry today.
Okay, we're not going to. We're going to cook.
No, I don't think so, man.
All right, so what are we making?
She's kind of a mess right
so
now.
we are making a black truffle.
Now we're just
lovers
on to the recipe.
Lasagna.
Okay.
And also,
so they just had to cover that.
Why did they though? You know what I mean?
Why didn't you just say she's the author?
Yeah.
Or the co-author.
Co-author
yes.
with such and such, and leave it alone. Or she's the co-author. Why did they have to be like? What do we know about the jury deliberations on day 3 of your co-author's
Especially
murder
it's not,
for hire?
Yeah, it's not like the age of social media where somebody
it's like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah, and it's not a national story. So, hey, before we get into the truffle oil, the co-author, just thought that was hilarious. Of just these morning shows are just a wild, wild ride, Blake.
So mine is NFL related. This video was circling around. Let's do number 1. It's an avid Colts fan who is it Ked Woodley that did
Ked
the
Woodley was the Panthers
one. It seems like the Colts have their guy.
This is our Colts. This is our team. We bleed blue.
Okay, yeah. So we got a guy in a basic bedroom with a gaming chair, fat.
We love them. For the shoe, beat the Broncos. Let's show them who the real horse is. This is our team. Go Colts!
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that was his song pregame to try to get the Colts to beat the Broncos.
For a preseason game.
For a preseason game.
Who was the other guy? We've had him on. Not the weather guy. The
Ked Woodley.
No. There's a different guy that used to do YouTube sports.
Kij Ramsey?
Kij Ramsey, yeah.
Damn, we thought we had one there.
Yeah.
He feels Kij Ramsey-ish.
Yeah, he's definitely... I don't know that this guy's certifiably slow, but he does appear to be very lonely.
That's what I'm just saying he's more in the Kij mold.
Yeah.
That Woodley guy looks like he's getting some on the weekend, too.
He's partying for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's see the second one. I saw the video. I saw he had a channel, so I took a swim through what he's got going on. He did this for games last year.
On November 26, 2023.
Pump that up.
Yo ho, it's a Colts victory. Yo ho, the Colts beat the Bucs.
Okay, no real rhyme scheme here at all. Okay, that's it? Okay, well, short and sweet, I suppose. There's a whole world of this, though. And it's easy for us to say.
There's a guy for every team doing it?
Tons.
Okay.
It's easy for us to say because we have an outlet for things we want to say, which is probably why I think in the end we're not really that active on Twitter. I don't post a lot in any platform, but there are people who just make videos and blogs and whatever, TikToks, and they just send them into the void to 4 people.
And they do it for the love of the game.
Yeah.
Not a lot of views.
Yeah, and just no real talent or thought or process or prep. It's just...
But that's not how he got his start.
Okay, so he's moved on to this from what?
He thought it would be funny to insert beeps into certain Disney movies.
All right.
So let's see number 3.
That feels like it is funny.
Now we're all gonna in a box.
Wait, that's it. Jesse, say that again.
Say what? That we're all gonna in boxes?
Not us. You. You're gonna in a box.
What? No, I can't.
Jesse, listen to me. When Combat Carl gets stuck in a jam, he says to himself, Combat Carl never
Toy
gives
Story
up.
2 or something?
Combat Carl
Must be 3 or 4. I don't really recognize
Combat
this
Carl
one.
never gives up.
You're not Combat Carl.
Jesse
What is
never
this?
gives up. Jesse don't.
This is how we got started.
Now we're just scoping a dude with 90 subscribers YouTube channel and saying like,
Well, here's my point.
okay.
He's watching Disney movies with a dirty mind.
Pedo? He looks pedo.
Sure.
I think, is that...
But if you're watching Toy Story
Yeah, I think
thinking...
you can say someone looks pedo.
Yeah.
He does.
Where could I add a beep here? Or there?
He had a mustache.
The guy's trying to be funny. I don't know. I mean, like I
funny?
said, there's just...
Here, play 4.
Closer. What do you desire?
Well, we're
That's the
a
island
couple
of misfit toys right there.
Town, and now we'd like to here.
No, that would not be possible.
No, it's all settled. We together.
But
it's all settled.
Okay, so
It's not even good.
Your bit is he's watching
watching
Rudolph,
these.
thinking about having sex with with Hermie.
Yeah, and where could I add a beep and a little censor thing?
Because that's what I'm thinking.
Don't encourage this.
Yeah, because that's what's on his mind. So yeah, people
I thought you had an ender. but
people
that
are
was-
enamored with Colts guy, but
Now
turns
Jake
out
wishes he went first.
in 6 months we're gonna find this Colts guy.
Well, I mean, it's better. We pretty quickly found out what was going on with the Texans guy.
Sketch?
Yeah, it was sucky on the internet before he was affiliated with the Houston Texans.
Sometimes you got to sucky.
No doubt.
I want to do pre-news.
Okay, pre-news.
Mark this on our show notes as pre-news.
Okay.
Because we're about to do news. You know what comes before that?
Pre-news.
That's right. Just got this in for immediate release from Athens, Texas. Prophets and Outlaws to Rock the Texan, a landmark venue thanks to introduction by the Dumb Zone podcast.
Heck yeah, that
We're
place was
excited
awesome.
to announce a new collaboration between the acclaimed band Prophets and Outlaws and the Texan, a landmark venue, resulting in an exclusive concert performance Saturday, August 17th, 2024. This promising partnership was sparked by the shared experience of hosting Dan McDowell, Jake Kemp, and Blake Jones of the Dumb Zone podcast. And they go on to give details. Of course, yes, that is Athens, Texas.
That's a great venue, though.
We did our show there.
They got hotels and stuff. Go make a weekend out of that weekend.
They got hotels and stuff. Actually, it says that right here. It's the owner of Smoky Bee Barbecue and DF. And they do say we have hotels and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So come on down to Athens, Texas. Man, I would be there, but I think we're just going to be getting back into town at that point. Otherwise, you absolutely know I would be there.
Yeah.
Love Prophets and Outlaws. Love
Saturday?
Love that place. I noticed Dan perked up about 3 minutes ago, but I'm probably about to catch a contact. Somebody, that's not the smell of...
It smells very potty
That's
right
the
now.
smell of burnt mids.
Can we turn the air conditioning off?
Something, because...
Oh, the air conditioning makes...
It's bringing it
Yeah,
in.
you were sucking in
But
poop.
it's going to get hot.
It's
you think
not
we're sucking
poop.
in poop? I'm smelling
It's pot.
burnt herb.
It's poop.
You think we're smelling poop?
Yeah, because they're getting the crap out of the porta potties.
I'm getting high from the poop.
I actually believe that works.
Okay.
I've heard that before.
Here's Jake with the Dumb Zone.
I was wondering if you said your daughter was like in a bad mood the next day, was she catching a little secondary buzz?
Oh, and she's got to chase it now?
Yeah.
I don't know. We didn't really talk about this in Olympics or Mavs, so now we're going to Olympics or Cowboys, so now we're going to put it in the news. It's the Micah Parsons tweet. I need to find a way to get to the Olympics by 2028. What events y'all think I can do?
Oh, I didn't see that.
He said to take a break, to prepare for the Olympics, he would take a break from football after 2027. Like right in the middle of when he's trying to get himself a 5-year, $210 million deal.
He's just busy on social media.
He, of course, went sumo wrestling in Japan. He participated in the NBA's All-Star Celebrity Game where he kind of took over.
How about the sex change? Identify as a woman. You could do a lot then.
You probably could.
He could certainly play basketball. Would Micah Parsons be able to start in the WNBA right now?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, we don't even know how good he plays basketball, do we?
It doesn't matter.
I mean, I saw him in the Celebrity Game.
That was good enough?
Triple dub, I think. So we have a little bit more news on the death of Lazar Dukic, the CrossFitter, who was renowned globally with top 10 finishes in these CrossFit Games. He drowned at Marine Creek Lake in Fort Worth on the first day of the CrossFit Games.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Day one, and then the next day they were like, well, can't cancel it.
We're all here.
Yeah.
This is what he would have wanted. They will now have a third party investigate. Which anytime I hear that, like what happened? Did somebody know that the water was risky and they didn't alert him? Was it the path? Was there, but obviously the guy had qualified. It wasn't like it was me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he was renowned.
He was renowned.
Did he eat and then
First
get
he
in the
was
water
nowned.
within
He might not have waited 30 minutes.
Yeah, he had a sandwich. He used to be nowned.
Then they did it again. They redoubled their efforts. I always liked redoubled their efforts. I'm like,
that means quadruple.
That means by function, it's 2 times 2. It's re and doubled.
But they had already doubled their effort.
Then they redid that.
But nobody ever says we doubled our effort, though.
Right.
They just skip right to the 400%. And
right.
I just think that's wrong. Boy, the 30-minute thing, I remember I respected my grandfather so much, my dad's dad, because he was just super, super cool, super chill, never heard him use slurs. All great things that not all grandparents you can say that about. But I remember whenever I was a pretty little kid, him being like, hey, the 30-minute thing it's nonsense. Doesn't matter.
Said it?
Yeah. Because your mom's yelling at you, your grandmother's telling you. I think they even had a sign up. Of
course.
And the pool that they had later in life, and there's a fence. And I remember being like, I really don't think it's going to matter. And him, like, kind of peeling me off with a little knowledge. He's like, it doesn't matter. Most of this is made up. And that was a paramount moment for me. Yeah. Just pretend like you're paying attention and that any of this matters, and then just kind of move on.
Was he the one that liked watching the weather?
Yeah.
Okay. He sounds like a great grandpa.
He was awesome.
Sorry he died, dude.
Thanks.
It's just all I think about. I know that
one sucked.
When we first started doing the show together, both sets of grandparents died, right? From the COVID.
Yeah.
At least that's what they said.
Yeah, that was wild too. Like, and I don't know. I think a lot of people probably memory hold the worst parts of COVID, where you're like just in a daze of what was actually happening. But yeah, having to kind of sneak to the back of the nursing home. It's kind of an assisted living center. It wasn't like a retirement community. It wasn't a nursing home. It was in between. He had his own room. It was nice. He could watch the CBS 11 anchors and tell me which ones he found attractive.
Which one thought he was a tough guy?
Yeah, that guy thinks he's tough. That guy thinks he's funny.
I love that bit.
But yeah, we had to like walk to the back of the home and just like peer in through the window. And he's mid-80s, so he's pretty confused already. He didn't have a clue what was happening outside. He's like, why can't you come in? I'm like,
yeah,
I'm probably never going to see you in person again. And he's just kind of like staring out the window, and we're doing like prison fist bump love, and he's just like, okay.
Yeah.
Guess I'm dying here. And that's what happened. Did you guys have traffic yesterday? Way there or way back? Like,
oh, yeah.
Major?
The way there wasn't so bad.
No.
But it did have me thinking, were you saying that we were going to drive you to the airport?
Is that not happening?
There's no way, dude.
Okay.
That'll be 3 extra hours for us.
For real?
Yes, because
I'll just
Matt was saying that we're leaving like a northern route, and if we went even
that's fine. I'll just do
anyway.
I mean, I've got like 9 hours to kill that day, so I'm in no hurry.
You can probably walk.
I might.
Get your steps.
Do you ever look at that whenever you when you're hitting something on the map?
Absolutely.
And you're like, what would it take for me to walk there?
I remember looking at it to come out here.
Yeah.
What was it?
Like 10 days?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I've done that before.
Which goes to what I used to think when I was a little kid.
Walk to Cali.
I'd be in Cleveland, downtown Cleveland or something for a game, and it's freezing, and there's homeless guys sleeping in the corner, and I was like, if I was them, I would just start walking west.
It's that simple.
You're out. You live outside anyway, and then you'll just stop and sleep wherever you want to, and then you just keep going, and eventually you'll be in warmer weather.
That's what I told you when I was in Scottsdale. Like, you are 2 states over. Just walk to California.
Just keep going?
They're on the sidewalk. It's 1:15.
You're making it literally sound like that's just
What are they going to leave behind?
But you're homeless, though.
Yeah, maybe you have family nearby that you can occasionally check in with, or a shelter that you're familiar with. I mean, you're walking across the desert.
Yeah, I didn't think about that part.
It seems like you could die pretty easily. Anyways, this is a shocking number to me. About 20. Yeah, that's a good point.
Healthy?
That's a good point. About 26. You don't see a lot of fat ones.
No.
Don't see a lot of bald. Don't see a lot of fat. 26% of the people on Dallas Water Utilities roll, 1,000 plus people, have past due balances of more than 60 days. A quarter of Dallas Water Utilities. I guess they have different options. You know, not all of it's through the same company in a big city like that.
Past 60 days. That does seem big.
So, yeah, what are we talking about there? 75,000 people? Seems like a lot, but I guess also you're probably talking
H2O.
a lot. No,
we
these
had
people
the best
don't.
numbers ever.
I guess you're talking about a lot of people who are struggling just to make ends meet.
Yeah. What can we do?
Probably not much. Probably not much. Did you ever, I mean, I know you've had your water turned off before, and we've talked about it, but did you ever, like, try to plead with them whenever they came to do it? Because that's the one they have to do in person. Electricity, if they turn it off, you can just call and pay. Give them 5 minutes to an hour, they flip it back on. The water, they have to come out there and do it, which means they have to come back out there and do it. And I'm like, bro, I'm going to pay it. I'm going to pay it right now. I'm on the phone with him. And he's like, it doesn't matter. It's like the tow truck. He's like, if I'm here, I'm shutting it off.
Yeah, I mean, you had your list of things to pay, you know, your priorities.
Pot.
That was really high up the list.
Yeah, that's what.
And then it would be like water, because you wanted to be able to flush the toilet. I'm trying to think what it would be. I mean, car was kind of down the list. That's why I got repoed. That was a bad feeling.
I can't imagine. But the water being turned off, yeah, that one sucks because it may be the next day. You know, and I was always running the scam where, because when I was in school in San Marcos, I would work all summer and save money at home. But I didn't really work during school those 2 years that much. So, but what I did do is I had a credit card. So I would just pay the bills on that, and then I would just have everyone pay me their part. And now I have money.
Discover card?
Yeah.
Does that still exist?
Yeah, I have one in my wallet right now.
Okay. Because definitely got one of those in college because that was the only one that would give you one.
Yeah.
Man, I rang stuff up on that.
Oh, yeah, but seriously, I would just pay our electric bill, and when I got around to it, our water bill, and then everybody would give me $40 or $50 a month for everything, and I'm like, look at this, I'm sitting on $500. I'm floated.
Yeah.
And I graduate college with like $19,000 in credit card debt. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, all you got to pay is $60 a month.
Yeah. It's great.
It's perfect.
Yeah. Did they do that when you were flirting with school, like where they would come around and try to predatory get you to sign up for credit cards?
No.
Yeah, they have on campus that other thing, and you get a free blanket or something.
Ours was pizza, and they would rotate every. I probably signed up for 5 credit cards in one semester.
No, because I started at community college, and maybe, I don't know, if you're still living with your parents, maybe they wouldn't target you.
This is just people who would be down there that are like, 1 free large pizza give us your social security number. And I'm like, that's it? That sounds great. But yeah, the water, dude. The water is tough. You go out there and you can hear the truck coming too. You just know the sound, and I'm like, oh fuck, because everybody's already paid me. So the boys are like,
so all the guys are like, you didn't pay the bill?
I'm like, something. I must have put in the wrong number. Every single time. No, I asked you guys about the traffic because it seems like I'm getting just like a deluge of, we had all that stuff happening on 183 last week where it was like, standoff, suicide, crash. There was a huge crash on 75 in the Anna area this morning.
Coyotes.
You think so? Oh, okay. I got it. I like it. Yeah, I got it. And yeah, when we were driving back from Disney yesterday, it was only, should be about a 25-minute drive. Dude, on Sunday afternoon, evening, it was standstill traffic. Out here. I don't know. It seems like a weird thing to me that
leaving Disney, leaving Venice Beach, leaving...
Maybe the Rams thing factored in.
Yeah.
But still, it's weird they haven't figured anything out.
That's where you got to get one of them motorcycles. Just zip right through.
A lot of that out here, too. Have you also noticed, and I'm completely speculating about this, but I believe I remember seeing this in Denver as well. My guess is the reason that they have like really high-walled sides of the freeway is they don't want you seeing the hood.
No, because
I passed Rosecrans the other day, and I was like, I want to see what this looks like. I've heard about this street forever, but you can't.
Crypto Nick Black's house, we
Same
drove
thing.
right by that, and it's the high walls. I think it's
safety.
They put it up for the noise reduction for the neighborhoods.
Ah, that makes sense. I just know yesterday I was driving by like 4 or 5 streets in L.A. that I've heard the name of
and
and
you
rap
wanted to
songs
see
forever, and I was like, I want to see what this looks like, but you can't.
That's where you got to get off and go get a Lucy. I did it. Crenshaw, yeah. I've been on Crenshaw.
All right, there's your news.
Because I can handle myself.
The Dumb Zone News.
I wish I could say
and
that's ridiculous, but you also went into the heart of Mobile and did some investigative reporting with people who sell rock.
The Dumb Zone presents
People view me as just a friendly guy. Like I'm an ally to all races.
I think they're confused.
Like, why does this guy have this much confidence?
Whatever works.
I believe in them as humans to not kill me.
Are we holding bones, too? Did we make that executive decision?
Yes, okay. John Fossil.
Good friend of ours now.
We had an in-depth discussion with him. You'll hear that tomorrow.
Did you see him during warm-ups yesterday?
No.
People would return, or they'd catch the punt or the kick, and they'd start running, and he has a boxing glove on.
I love that.
Punching at the ball. He's just
great.
So high energy.
I watched him at the pregame show. They were doing the bit about explaining with Kyle Yeomans.
Yeah.
Who was real smooth.
He is smooth.
So today is Monday, August 12th. On this date in 1985, the world's worst single aircraft disaster occurred as a Japan Airlines Boeing 747 on a domestic flight crashed into a mountain, killing 520 people.
Jeez. What year?
1985. 524 were on board when it took off, though. 4 people survived.
Okay, I feel like
that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I think what you need is a
You'd
factor of
feel
like 1
tied in
or to 100. Like if there's 220 people and it's you and one other person who live, I think you're good.
Okay.
You know what I mean? For
1
every
per 100?
Yeah, I think so, or about that. You'd feel fine with that.
Certainly, though, you would have to think there's some kinship between those 4. Although, the problem is, what if it's like some total a-hole? It's just people you wouldn't ever want to hang. That's probably what it is.
Almost
people
undoubtedly.
You never want to hang out with, yet you're the 4, and you're like, oh, God, I got to meet this asshole again this year. All right.
They have to do like a behind the music on it.
Yeah.
I like that.
On this day in 1994, this was the baseball strike year. It didn't end until April of 1995 when I was on the Indians ground crew for a day. But this is the year that the Indians would have won it all.
Okay,
would have?
Just take a look.
That's very Des caught it.
Take a look at their record.
Okay.
Des caught it. You would have had a lot of. They were 30 games up.
Yeah,
Albert Bell already had 80 home runs at this time of the year.
No,
they were unbelievable. Take a look.
What year again?
1994. I challenge you to tell me they wouldn't have won it all. Look at their stats. Look at their lineup. Look at where they were in the standings. Tell me where they were. On this day in 2021.
So why didn't they keep playing well after the strike?
It was the next year. Different roster. You had free agents lost.
This says they were a game back.
I was going to say, if we're just talking 94, they weren't even in first place.
You guys aren't even thinking big.
They're chasing the White Sox.
You got to think bigger.
And only 2 up on the Royals, who are in third in the division, no less.
Here's how woke Google is. The American League Central, the White Sox, the Guardians, then the Royals.
That's not what they were called.
Nope.
You want to know something even funnier about that year when the strike happened? The Rangers were in first place.
Yeah.
At 52 and 62.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So the Indians weren't in first place?
No, they
weren't.
were.
The Rangers were?
Yeah.
In the division.
In the division, yeah.
That's funny.
Well, I think we just challenged it.
On this day in 2021.
Won pretty resoundingly, really.
I don't recognize that. On this day in 2021, the Chicago White Sox beat the Yankees 9-8 in the first ever Major League Baseball game played in Iowa.
Oh, yeah. People were coming over this.
The teams combined to hit 8 home runs into the corn stalks beyond the outfield fence.
That was probably the last time Tim Anderson was any good.
That was next to the site for the movie where they actually built the Field of Dreams field. They built another field next to it.
It looked cool on television, but...
Yeah, I thought they were going to do that like every year.
That's what I thought.
Did they not do it the next year because it was such a small stadium or thing? Or did we just...
kind of get excited about something one time
just forget?
and then... Yeah. Looks like they did it in 2022. Cubs, Reds.
Okay, yeah, I remember that.
Okay, that makes sense. And then they're like, it was fine.
It kind of wore off.
Today's birthdays include former Stars coach Glenn Gulletson is 53. What an era that was.
I really upset Bob one time because that was when I used to board op the postgame show with Bob and Dan. And to me, he looked like a real dweeb. Do you remember him? Well,
yeah.
Like very unassuming, kind of like a Rick Moranis type vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember saying to Bob, like, at this point, I'm what, 24, 25? I was like, I could beat that guy's ass. I was like, and Bob's like, no, he's like a real hockey player. I was like, I don't care. This guy looks like a pussy. and then I realized that it made Bob upset and just kept hammering it. Like every time I'd go to his audio and he's just like, well,
Former Maverick Antoine Walker is 48.
Lost something like $1 million to Jordan in gambling.
He was all fat, did the shimmy.
Yeah.
When he'd make a big shot.
Yeah. Kind of looked like Grimace or something.
Yeah. Very round.
Yeah, it's very round.
Chris Middleton is 33.
Aggie, right?
Chris with a K and an H.
Made a lot of money.
Plaxico Burress is 47.
And
Damn,
Cheddar Bob.
Shot himself.
Pete Sampras is 53. Chief rival of Andre Agassi, if you read the Agassi book.
Pete Sampras may have been my first childhood interaction with, you've got to be kidding me, there's no way this guy's an athlete.
Just the way he looked?
Yeah, and his hair was all disheveled and balding, and he just looked sweaty all the time. I don't know.
I'd like to see him fight Glenn Gulletson.
Pete Sampras would whip that ass.
Tyson Fury is 36.
Gypsy.
He jerked it a lot.
Wait, what?
To prep himself for the Deontay Wilder fight,
yeah,
he would do it like 7
that.
times a day.
Yeah, that's the opposite of what our high school coaches told us to do.
Save it up?
Yeah, I think they were primarily talking about intercourse, but they would say...
Women weaken legs.
Exactly. Women weaken your legs. And because we had a gap. Yeah. On Friday, we had a gap between when we got out of school at 2:30 and when we had to be back at the field house for dress and bus at like 5:30. And they're like, listen, We know what's about to happen here. Don't do it. And I don't think anybody listened. And subsequently, we went 2-8.
Yeah, that's why you weren't any good.
Actor Yvette Nicole Brown. Oh, wait. I didn't write her age. I think she's 53, from Community.
Oh, she's funny, I think. I don't know much about her. But
Negative.
No? Okay.
She's like the worst thing on Community.
Okay.
Unless you want to say Chevy Chase is the worst thing. And there's some debate there. Oh, I just typed is Community, not is 53. Let's go with 53. Musician Mark Knopfler is 75.
Hit me.
Dire Straits.
I'm not a super against it, but I'm also not that into it.
Rapper Sir Mix-a-Lot is 61.
Okay.
What does he like?
He likes big butts. That was one of the songs that the 8-year-olds were dancing to. Very uncomfortable.
Actor, comedian Michael Ian Black is 53.
Yeah, he's definitely from that era of when I had 4 or 5 cable channels and Comedy Central would run Anybody's Half Hour in the summer.
Oh, okay. I never saw him. I know Kids in the Hall.
Yeah, Kids in the Hall, but then he also was on that list of, like, I love the 80s. I love the 90s commentators. Like Kathy Griffin.
God, those things are beating.
They suck so bad.
What must those people have gotten paid for each sesh?
It's like, can you come in here and do 4 1-minute riffs?
We'll give you
on like
$100,000.
Extremely basic. I have no idea.
Not that high?
I don't think it's that high, but it's still, you don't have to write anything.
We'll give you $10,000 just to come in for one afternoon.
Yeah.
And you can just talk about, we'll just ask you stuff
like
about.
Andy Dick.
We'll ask you
like
about
that.
stuff you might remember, you might not. If you have nothing, that's fine. If you got something, just be animated.
Yeah, it'd be like, they play the commercial. They're like, a trend that's sweeping America, pop rocks. And Michael Ian Black would be like, I heard they have another use for him. And it would be like some sound effect, Like, that's not even a joke.
Casey Affleck is 49.
I watched an interview with him the other day with Julian Edelman. Julian Edelman has a podcast.
We're about to get over Edelman.
Yo, just wait. But Casey Affleck, I have 2 notes for you. One, he definitely got spinned pretty hard, right?
Did he?
Yeah. I think it was harassment and assault, some of it possibly being on set. My other note for you is that the movie that he wrote, produced, and starred in, Manchester by the Sea, if you recall that movie, it was very good. Nominated for a bunch of awards, and I believe they have at least 1 or 2 songs on that soundtrack written by Jordan Richardson.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's not a Kemp spin.
No, the first one. I
That's
just said
just
2
awesome.
notes.
And Lakeith Stanfield, 33.
Damn, the great.
He's so good.
Yeah.
Book him, Blake.
He can kind of do whatever he wants now.
What do you do?
He's only 33. Wouldn't you have thought he was older?
Yeah.
Just feels like he's been around a while.
Yeah.
He was in Atlanta. Did you ever do Atlanta?
Oh. No.
He's done a bunch of stuff,
You
though.
just do white shows?
I don't do any shows.
What's the movie he was in about? I think there was a movie he was in about the Move.
He was in Get Out.
Is Move the name of the Philadelphia organization that got bombed by the government in 1985? Very Tulsa.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that was what it was called.
Well, if it's not him, then I just said something racist.
Don't look into it. Born on this day now dead, Skip Carey, Harry's son, John Cazale, or Cazale.
Wait. Let's stop on Skip Carey. Which one is he?
He's Harry's son.
Okay, so it's the
He's now
grandkids that are
dead.
now currently vying for...
Maybe even a great-grandkid is actually like the A's announcer now. Because you had Skip Carey and then Chip Carey. That's his grandson. And then I think Chip Carey's kid is now like an A's announcer. I don't know.
That's annoying.
But they're all just very good at announcing.
Mm-hmm.
It has nothing to do with... Like, you could have done it, too, had you worked as hard as you.
Yeah, you're right. Harry Christopher Carey, known as Chris Carey, is the television play-by-play voice of the Oakland Athletics. And do you want to take a guess at his age based on some of the generation information we've been laying out here?
23.
24.
Okay.
Yeah, full-time play-by-play.
A's radio or TV?
TV.
Okay.
Did you share it with the lady?
Yeah, he must do the home games then.
Oh, wait.
John Cazale, he was Fredo in The Godfather. Clara Hitler, his mom.
That's a tough one because that's such a pleasant name.
She died in 1907. She really never got to see.
She died being like, my son is a sweet boy.
Yeah, he's.
Nothing will ever. He'll never upend the world order for a century. Look at him sharing.
And Irwin died on this day in 1961. Excuse me, he was born on this day in 1887, I should say. Erwin Schrödinger.
Of the cat?
The physicist of the cat. Dead on this day, still dead.
You know what really pisses me off is that you raised a kid who just casually throws that around and knows what it means. And, like, understands it better than we do.
Why does that make you mad?
Just because, like, I'm
Our
realizing...
Our kids are supposed to be better than us.
Yeah, I know, but it's like, when it's yours... It's just like, she's just so smart. I'm like, man, I've been pretending like I knew what that meant since Breaking Bad.
I had to look it up.
Yeah, of course.
And then I forgot it, and then I had to look it up again the next time I heard it. Yeah. Died on this day in 30 BC. Weren't we talking about the year 0 recently? Mm-hmm. Like, is Jesus' whole life the year 0?
No.
The death, they call the death the crucifixion, but they don't really ever account for the 33 years. Like, so when he was, I mean, it was like another time, right? Like another.
He's born 33 BC.
Like, what if something happened?
How is that possible? Because
I don't know, man.
You're supposed to know.
So when he's 12, what year is it?
I don't know. Whatever. 12. I don't know.
Nobody knows.
But again, when he was born, is it 0?
No, because
AD is after death.
Okay, well, so what happened between
6
before
days after
Christ
he was
and after
born?
death?
Did they have a big New Year's party?
No.
You don't know, do you?
No, I don't. I'm not a historian of that time.
Got him.
Well, you may turn to Leviticus. Okay, this is why
no one
BC
actually is
and
a
AD.
historian at that time. Let's just be honest.
No. He was on the.
So what happened in 30 years before?
Oh, it died on this day is Cleopatra. She committed suicide by inducing a cobra to bite her.
Can that be that hard?
It's pretty baller.
Yeah, don't you
it is, but like, don't you just like
next to
kind of? Yeah, like, hey, here's a snake. I'm gonna F around with it. I'm inducing you. The cobra's just like, oh, I just bite people.
Yeah, she'd look at it. What's up, bitch?
You stepping at me?
You don't even have feet.
Ian Fleming, the creator of James Bond, died on this day, as did Les Paul.
Yeah, that's
guitar man.
Never owned one.
And on this day in 2022, Anne Heche.
Out here, right?
Ellen's girlfriend. Yeah, had a car accident somewhere.
Yeah. I think
Came back to life on the stretcher.
That was so creepy.
Elaborate.
Well, she like caught on fire. Please don't play it.
Play it.
She caught on fire?
Yeah, no.
It was a bad car
She was
accident.
like burned up and not stable. And then there's an aerial view of the accident scene, and they're trying to get her into the ambulance on a stretcher.
She's on the stretcher,
and she's like, and starts like getting up.
Oh wow!
And so some people thought she
I
was
don't wanna see
alive when
that.
they loaded her in.
Why did you even tell Rob that exists?
I don't know. I'd like to see it.
I'm a reporter.
Also, we'll hit him bigger on Thursday, but Today in History is brought to you by Prosper Ford. Forgot to tell you guys that at the top.
Do you miss yours?
My Ford?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I miss being in control.
Yeah, I know you do.
So I don't like... What was it the other day we had to wait an extra hour? Oh, it was Rob. I'm not bagging on you, but I am saying you said, hey, I'll be back in 15 minutes. And then 15 minutes later, you texted,
Sorry, Rob.
hey, I'll be back in 20 minutes. And then
Sorry, Rob.
At 20 minutes later, you said, hey, there's a lot of traffic. And then it was... anyway, the point was, when you have your own Bronco Sport from Grapevine Ford or Prosper Ford...
This woman was not dead.
Okay, we're doing a read, so why don't you...
I'm not doing a read. I'm just saying...
You know what I would say
You'd
is
rather
that you're
drive...
not only in control when you have your own car. When you go to Prosper Ford And for my case, it was Grapevine Ford, but the ethos is the same. You're in control there as the customer.
That's right.
All these electric cars out here, I think I'm going to get the Mach-E when I get back. It's time to take care of Mother Earth.
Do you want a great deal?
There's only one person I'm going to.
Who?
Now, do you have to possibly do a trade-in and you're looking for someone to totally job you on that, or do you want an accurate, fair value today?
I need my money.
Okay, well then go to Prosper Ford, prosperford.com.
There you go. I guess we are doing a read. It actually wasn't a read. It was just an off the top of the head.
I miss my...
And I'm going to go to my buddy Chaz Gilmore.
Instead of live reads, let's do live off the top of my heads.
That's
let's sell that.
Okay.
It's dangerous.
Anyway.
But she's like getting out of the stretcher.
Yeah, no.
She's trying to find that phone number.
All right, let's go kayaking.
No.
Adios, mofo.
We gotta go before this becomes a zoo.
Thank you for watching my video. Subscribe and type for my name if you want to watch more of my videos.